I'm Jay Lava. I scour the internet so you don't have to. And it's crime night, y'all. So I got some cases. All y'all got to do is fill in the places. We're gonna talk about it while they going down. And let me get some crime music going on real quick. Can I get some crime music? Hey, there we go. Let's get this crime music going. All right, I'm gonna start off with this one because it say like, hold on.
Once Brandon Jeremy first when the cops
I'm gonna start off with this
correctional officer
this little joint right here. It say how police captured Georgia's most wanted unaliver. Let's start with this one.
It all started at Heritage Park in Rome, Georgia. Officers were standing by a creek, looking down at a Toyota Prius ditched in the water. Something was not right. Officers climbed down the embankment to get a closer look.
He climbed down there. That one.
The first question was simple. Was anyone inside? Fortunately, the answer was no.
Well, there's nothing. That's what I was looking for. There's nothing.
Nobody had reported it missing. A patrol officer had simply found it by chance.
Oh, I rode over here to see what was going on. Over here. See? He was down there changing out the trash at the
now everybody's going to have to come over and take it out.
Yeah. He was changing the trash at the ballpark, and I was checking the baseball field down there to make sure everything's square.
The scene didn't look like a crash. It looked like someone had pushed it there.
Crazy thing is, there's nothing. I mean, there was no acceleration. It's almost like it just...
We broke it off in there or something.
Yeah. Did go all the way up in park or something. Yeah, I mean, there's lights on like it's... But it ain't running.
It felt like someone was setting up an insurance claim.
Well, somebody done got them an abandoned vehicle, boss.
The license plate was still visible. Officers ran the tag and quickly got a name back. 21-year-old Aaron Davis. They tried calling him, but his phone was off. With no way to reach him, they decided the car needed a closer inspection.
Somebody go get Scotty's tow rope and get his fucker out.
Supposed to be coming to Rome.
A tow truck was called to pull the Prius from the creek. But before it arrived, officers managed to track down Aaron's father. They wanted to know why his son's car was sitting in the middle of a creek.
And then we're going to go up to visit his girlfriend in Alabama after that.
Okay. Yeah, can you see if you maybe can get a hold of him and check in with him, see where his car is supposed to be?
Yeah, so you just found the car abandoned there?
Yeah, it's actually off in a little ditch. We're in the process of getting it out. I don't think there's anybody in it right now.
Okay, let me call and see what's going on. Sorry. This is the first time hearing about it.
Okay.
Aaron's father had no explanation for the abandoned car, but he did have information that would change the direction of the investigation.
Son's name's Aaron Davis. Supposed to be coming to Rome to see some friends and going to Alabama to see his girlfriend.
I don't think he made it there.
Nah. I wonder where he's at. Why his car down there?
According to his father, Aaron had driven to Rome to visit his longtime friend, Brandon Risner. Aaron was a student at Brigham Young University, and he had driven more than 60 miles to see him here in Rome.
All right, I spoke to the registered owner. His son's supposed to be driving, and he's in the process of checking with him.
Aaron's plan was simple. After seeing Brandon, he was supposed to continue on to Alabama to visit his girlfriend. But after leaving for Brandon's house, Aaron disappeared. And now officers found his car. Aaron's father filed a missing persons report. What started as an abandoned car investigation was now becoming something much bigger. The next call the cops made was to Brandon Risner.
Hello?
Hey, is this Mr. Reisner?
Yes, this is.
Hey, I'm Lieutenant Sailor's Rome Police. You doing all right today?
Yes, I am. I'm looking for my friend right now.
Yeah, that's what I was calling about. You hadn't heard from him, I don't guess?
I have not. I've tried calling him, and it's just gone straight to voicemail, and I heard he was at Heritage Park, so that's where I'm at right now, so I'm looking around. Do you guys know where the car was?
Nah.
Yeah, it was in a ditch over there. When's the last time you saw her?
Hey, I appreciate that, fam.
I saw him
Thanks
last
for
night.
tapping in.
About what time?
Well, we started drinking around like 12, around noon, and he started throwing up pretty bad. He told me to leave him alone, so I went downstairs, and I fell asleep, and I guess I woke up around like 1 or 2 a.m., and that's when I saw that his car was gone.
Okay.
That makes Brandon Risner the last person to see him. Officers confirmed Brandon's address and headed to his house to find out what happened the night before. Officers noticed a silver Volvo station wagon parked outside. Everything looked normal, at least from the outside.
Hey, what's going on? Ron, we're following up on all this stuff. So I know you already talked with Officer Bethune earlier a little bit and talked with Officer Stallings. Can you walk me through what's going on? Just make sure we're all on the same page.
We started drinking around 12 yesterday.
Yeah, it's you and Aaron, right?
Yeah, me and Aaron.
Okay.
We went to bars sometime in the evening, and I had bought some red wine.
Yeah.
I guess that was after work because I worked that day. We were back here. We were driving to Volvo, and then we started drinking the red wine. He doesn't drink too often, so
Yeah.
he had gone upstairs into the toilet. He was like standing up and puking for some reason. And then I went downstairs and he was telling me that he doesn't need any help. And I went downstairs, dropped a bottle, cut my pinky, and I went to the urgent care this morning. And yeah, I bandaged it up, took a shower, went to bed.
Okay.
And then woke up 1 to 2 a.m. around that time, and his car was gone.
Brandon's story was straightforward. Aaron had simply left the next morning without saying much.
And no one else was here during that time? Do your parents live here too, or you just live here by yourself?
They do.
Okay, are they here right now?
No, they're coming back though. They'll be, I guess, maybe around 3 or so.
Okay. So how long have you and Aaron been friends?
Since like we met when I was in 5th grade.
Okay.
And then we became more like close friends, I'd say, like around.
He explained that the two had been friends for years. Aaron had recently graduated from Brigham Young University and wanted to celebrate with him.
So when's the last time you talked to him? When he was upstairs in the bathroom? Okay. Did you go to sleep after that? Around what time do you think that was?
I'm not sure. Maybe
Track
between 10 p.m. to 12, maybe.
somewhere between 10 and 12? Okay.
If Brandon looks familiar to you, there's a good reason for that. Brandon had worked as an actor and appeared in haunted house attractions.
Where did you sleep? In your room?
I slept in my room, yeah.
Is that upstairs as well?
No, it's the far right-hand corner of the house.
Okay, I got you. And where was he at when you saw him?
Up yonder.
Over time, the two friends had gone in different directions. Aaron left for college, while Brandon stayed behind and focused on acting.
So you've been knowing him since you were in 5th grade? It's a long time, man.
We've gone to the same church.
Okay.
Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I've kind of drifted away a little bit.
Yeah.
And he would drink occasionally, but he's still like staying with the church.
Yeah. So he didn't drink a lot because of that.
Yeah. So just occasionally. So I imagine the alcohol poisoning.
It's possible. Yeah.
Puking like horribly.
How much did you drink? Do you know?
We had the whole thing of wine.
Did you all share it pretty much evenly?
I'd say so.
Okay.
And we had some beers.
How many beers do you think he had?
Like 2.
Okay.
If Aaron was drinking heavily, maybe he wandered off and did something unpredictable on his own.
Yeah, right.
It was a theory, but officers still needed facts.
You have any problem with us checking inside the house?
Nope.
No problem at all? So you're okay if we go in there and walk around just to take a look?
Yes.
Okay. You mind hanging out with Officer Bethune while I do that? No dogs or anything inside, right?
No.
Well, I'll get a consent search of the residence.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, Brandon, I know I'm asking you a lot of questions. I have one more question. Is there anywhere in the house that you don't regularly go to?
The cellar.
Okay.
And the attic spot.
In the attic spot? The one with the key in the door over here? Okay.
The up there, but to the right. I don't go over there very often.
Do you mind coming in here with me so you can just show me where I'm going and all that?
Yeah.
Just makes it a little bit easier.
The first stop was the master bedroom.
So this is my parents' bed.
Okay. So you don't normally go in
I
here?
confess, I did take a couple baths in there because they have the bath.
That's an unusual thing to volunteer.
Yep.
Because I've been doing laundry from all the kids upstairs.
Okay.
But anyways, that's my stuff.
Brandon seemed remarkably calm, almost too calm for someone whose friend had just been reported missing.
Okay. You want to step out here with him real quick, please? Thank you. What'd you think? He said they don't have any kind of relationship, but he didn't seem that appalled when I asked the question. So I don't know if he's lying or not. It could be. I think the girlfriend seems to think they had something going on, but she didn't come out and say that. His girlfriend's mom did say that he's bisexual. And they haven't talked to in a few days, and they never talk about her when they get together and hang out.
Aaron's girlfriend was conducting her own search. She had already tracked down the bar where the two friends had gone the night before. Officers then moved upstairs. This was the room where Aaron had spent the night.
You ain't never supposed to let him walk around your house without no warrant.
That's where they found the first clue.
There's a significant amount of blood next to the bed, too. Decent. More than just vomit. All the way over here. Looks like it's been there a while, but he could have been throwing up blood, I guess. It's weird to be throwing up blood like that. Not to mention, if he had alcohol poisoning, he wouldn't have been able to get up and move around this morning. Especially at 2 or 3 in the morning.
Things started unraveling fast. The room smelled strongly of chemicals. The cleaning products immediately caught the officer's attention.
I didn't see any drag marks or anything downstairs. Because if he's not very good at cleaning stuff up, he would have missed that too.
Then they saw more blood. Not just one stain, several. And they weren't confined to a single spot.
I don't know if this is old or not, there's a stain right here.
While officers searched upstairs, Brandon remained downstairs with other deputies, waiting.
How did he let them go in the house?
My dad sells software. I don't know.
That's like my buddy. He's like, I sell software. I'm like, what?
It's old. Yeah, that's correct. That may be something down there, I don't know. I can't tell from here.
I would shoot a cigarette roll and it's the game over.
Yeah.
I've had people, I've seen it firsthand in the military. Well, I didn't see it firsthand, I've seen a lot of guys in the military said they got hurt while jumping.
He explained that the two had been friends for years. Aaron had recently graduated from Brigham Young University and wanted to celebrate with him.
So when was the last time you talked to him? When he was upstairs in the bathroom? Okay. Did you go to sleep after that? Around what time do you think that was?
I'm not sure. Maybe
Track
between
on
10 p.m. to 12, maybe?
somewhere between 10 and 12? Okay.
If Brandon looks familiar to you, there's a good reason for that. Brandon had worked as an actor and appeared in haunted house attractions.
Where did you sleep? In your room?
I slept in my room.
Is that upstairs as well?
No, it's the far right-hand corner of the house.
Okay, I got you. And where was he at when you saw him?
Up yonder.
Over time, the two friends had gone in different directions. Aaron left for college, while Brandon stayed behind and focused on acting.
So you've been knowing him since you were in 5th grade?
Mm-hmm.
It's a long time, man.
We've gone to the same church.
Okay.
Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I've kind of drifted away a little bit.
Yeah.
And he would drink occasionally, but he's still like staying with the church.
Yeah. So he didn't drink a lot because of that.
Yeah. So just
It's-
occasionally. So I imagine the.
When the cops came back, everything went silent. Brandon now felt the pressure, the blood, the chemicals, the cleaning supplies. Those were questions Brandon would have to answer now. And that's when this happened.
Oh, my knees. He jumped the fence. Head back toward Collinwood.
Oh, he dipped out on him.
Dispatch last seen area LaPorte and Collinwood. See if we have a canine, please. So he's somewhere back that way.
Before additional units could arrive, officers lost sight of him.
He's pretty quick.
Oh.
He went this way. I don't know where he went after that.
What started as a simple interview was now a manhunt. Officers spread out through the neighborhood looking for Brandon.
Hey, did you happen to see anyone run out this way? Did you happen to see anyone run by your house this way?
No, I have not.
Okay, if you see a lanky kid wearing a dark shirt, call us, okay?
I sure will.
All right, thank you. Okay, I ain't worried about her. It's probably a 1043. There's a good shit ton of blood in there. He was washing the sheets. I think he had heard me when I said the sheets are in the dryer, and that's when he took off. I didn't even see him run. I had him come in the house to show me the common areas.
Damn,
He
the
said Brandon was
sheets
last
in
seen
the
upstairs,
dryer.
in the bedroom, thrown up in the bathroom. Walked in there, saw a few spots that could be blood on the bed, looked around the side, tons of blood that he was trying to get up with bleach.
Backup units flooded the area. One officer was assigned to watch the back of the house while others searched nearby streets.
I think I just saw him on that street when I was coming over here. Yes. He was on the street before this one right here, but I was coming over here to get the backyard. He had a red shirt. He was just walking down with long blonde hair. Yeah, it's him. Fucking saw him. They told me to come over here.
So he came back to the house and then ran back?
No, he was at night, but y'all never called out the red shirt. I saw a dude in a red.
Yeah, long sleeve shirt.
Yes, and he was.
Stay on the back. He said someone needs to stay on the back. All right. Did he drop his phone when y'all were in there?
Thank
Okay.
you, Dark
The ping ain't
Clock.
really gonna work anyway. It's gonna take a while to get.
Flashing lights filled the neighborhood. Neighbors stepped outside to see what was happening. One of them quickly contacted Brandon's father, Jeremy Risner, and handed the phone to officers.
Hey, sir, I'm Lieutenant Sailor Chrome Police.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Reisner, the homeowner,
Yes,
and my Brandon's father.
Okay. Yeah, we're probably going to need to talk to Brandon. Do you know where he is?
No, I thought he was still at home. Now, earlier we had told him to make sure to keep his phone on, keep it handy, and to, maybe drive around the areas where they normally hang out and try to look for him, for Aaron.
Okay.
But no, Brandon's not answering the phone.
Thanks for the news, Mama.
Okay. Does he have any kind
Welcome to
of
the
Live
camera.
360 or Find My Phone app that you might can get us his location for?
I can try. I located his phone before, but I used his laptop in his bedroom to do it. We're still about an hour away, working our way there.
Okay.
Jeremy had no idea his son had run from police. He didn't know Brandon was now at the center of a possible homicide investigation. All he knew was that officers wanted to speak with him. Jeremy told them he was on his way. Before Jeremy could make it home, officers found out someone was doing their own investigation. Police received a call from the bar Aaron and Brandon had visited the night before. Someone had shown up asking for surveillance footage.
I was wanting to see the video cameras, but I told him we needed a...
Where'd he go?
He just walked out the door.
What do you look like?
Tall, he was bald, had a beard.
Beard? Alright, well, let's see if he's out front then. Thank you.
That tall, bald man was Aaron's girlfriend's father. His daughter didn't believe Brandon's story. Brandon told her they stayed home that night, but witnesses had seen both men at the bar.
Said, Brandon, you've been ID'd. We know you were downtown drinking. He said, okay, well, we started bar crawling at around 12, not p.m., not a.m., but at 12 p.m., lunchtime.
That's what brought them here. They wanted to see the footage for themselves.
We know. So, if you really want to be of any help, our friends are down there. Go down there and meet them. Walk up and down the strip with them. Show them everywhere that you guys went, all the things that you did. And he hasn't shown up. He's not here.
What they didn't know was that Brandon was already on the run.
Was he not at home when that...
He's gone right now.
While officers were sorting through these new details, Jeremy called again. He was still driving back to Rome.
So, Brandon's car is at the house, is that correct? The Volvo wagon?
Yes, sir.
Are you guys in the house?
No, sir, not right now, but we will be. Just, be completely straightforward. But you were in the process of obtaining a search warrant for the residence.
And so he hasn't answered the door or the phone or anything? You guys have rang the doorbell or anything?
He was here. He was here at one point, but he decided to run off. He fled on foot, so he's out and about on foot somewhere. Yeah, he outran a couple of our police officers. So
he ran? He literally ran?
Yes, sir. Very fast.
Dad acting surprised like he don't know his son.
He's on medication for, he's been diagnosed with Tourette's and OCD, and he has severe panic attacks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeremy understood the seriousness of the situation, and he headed straight home.
So I realize you might not be able to answer this question.
Probably don't know the answer. Not trying.
Is there suspicion that Brandon is involved in hurting Aaron or something?
There's suspicion of something happening.
Beyond getting drunk and throwing up?
Well, we don't know. We don't know. I mean, honestly, a couple of officers have been in and just done a quick survey of the home, trying to figure out what was going on.
Jeremy first learned Aaron was missing when Aaron's mother called him.
When we called back after the boy's mom called us, we called back and said, when did you last see Aaron? He says, I guess he left during the night. That's all we knew. He went to look for him wherever the car was reported.
Yes.
Once investigators obtained a search warrant, they locked down the house and began the examination. It didn't take long before they realized something terrible had happened inside that bedroom.
Right side, blood on that. Oh, I got blood splatter. Look, look. Well, yeah, I've noticed that. It's right there. Oh, yeah, right there. Yeah.
Blood splatter was visible on the ceiling and across the carpet. There were also signs that someone had tried to clean it up. Brandon was probably in the middle of cleaning the room when officers first arrived. Despite the amount of blood, investigators found no indication that a gun had been fired inside the house.
The suspect also had a cut to his finger underneath.
How did you find that out?
He told me that.
So
he volunteered that information. He said he went to Harbin Clinic. They told us that he's mental, has OCD, has like anger issues and stuff like that. They thought maybe he was schizophrenia. They thought maybe he was suicidal. He didn't really give off that vibe to me, but then again, it seems like he murdered someone.
one thing was noticeably missing from the scene: Brandon's phone. It wasn't anywhere inside the house. Brandon must have taken it with him, and the cops were already trying to track its location. Then Jeremy called.
Where'd they find the phone?
Just they pinged somewhere in this neighborhood. I'm trying to find it.
Want to find my iPhone or something?
Yeah, I guess so.
Jeremy found the phone in the neighborhood, discarded on the ground.
And I found his phone in the neighborhood just now. There's no sign of him anywhere.
Okay.
And for what it's worth, outgoing and ingoing messages, he's been asking other friends about if they've seen or heard from Aaron Davis. So I don't know why he would have ran. I think he's just scared, panic attack. I don't know, but anyway, that's all I got for you. So let me know.
Would it be possible for you to let one of the officers take that phone so we can preserve it in case it's needed for evidence?
Yeah, I can work my way that way. I'm on foot, but I'll get over there eventually. Yeah.
Jeremy agreed to turn the phone over. Up to this point, he had done everything to help investigators locate his son. But after spending some time looking through the phone, his attitude suddenly changed.
What's the status? All right, so first of all, I understand you found his cell phone. That's right. You want to turn that over to us?
Maybe.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I do. My gut says yes, but at the same time,
yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
we'll probably need to go through it and see at least maybe where he's been today.
Right.
Just 30 minutes later, Jeremy refused to hand the phone over. Why the sudden change? Had he found something on the phone?
However, there is a significant amount of blood in that upstairs bedroom on the carpet.
Then Jeremy asked a very specific question, and it didn't seem to come out of nowhere.
Can you tell me if there's evidence of a fight?
At this point, I really don't know. It's possible.
Was there a broken glass up there?
I didn't see that. Yeah, I've not seen that. So.
Why was Jeremy asking about a fight and broken glass?
I've looked through it, and he's reached out to friends throughout the day, asking if they had heard from Aaron.
Okay.
Some texts back and forth.
Might be something that helps him,
I know.
Helps him,
I know.
But I can't promise you that because I don't.
No, I know. All right. Well, yeah, I'm gonna keep walking.
Okay.
Jeremy had been cooperative all evening. Now he seemed protective.
Because he doesn't know what's going on. But he seemed a little shocked that we're at his house. He seemed respectful in the sense that he was okay with us being at his house and doing what we needed to do. He may just be covering for his kid. He's got to be. Him having the phone and not being shattered tells me that his son handed it to him.
Something on that phone is driving Jeremy's decisions.
He said he found it. I don't know. I wasn't out there when Randy got it from him. Yeah, he said he found it.
Where did he find it?
So maybe they've been up with their kid. And, yeah, who finds a phone even if you have Find My iPhone, that's not that exact. Where you oh, here it is. Also didn't appear to have a shattered screen, which means it probably didn't fall on his own.
Where he's at, he doesn't know.
I don't know.
Nothing like that.
I don't know.
He actually dumped the body somewhere with a car.
I think it was
unless he went somewhere else to dump the body, and then he just wanted to get rid of the car.
Search teams continued looking for Aaron. They conducted grid searches around the area where the Prius was found, but there was no sign of him.
They've been out, but they don't have to show that affection when they're out in public.
That's true.
Buddies.
Could just be buddies, yeah.
Investigators learned the two friends had spent part of the night trying to meet two blonde girls at the bar. With that, the motive became even harder to understand. Aaron was missing. Brandon had fled, and the reason behind it all was still unknown. This mystery came to an end. Jeremy called the investigators. He found Brandon.
What?
He was ready to surrender.
I'm Detective York. You're Brandon. Rachel. Jeremy. Rachel, Jeremy, if y'all can have a seat out here, I'm gonna take him back there and we'll talk. You have some questions? Would you like to talk in private?
You need to send somebody out to find the body.
Okay. I'll be back in just a minute, okay? Alright, if y'all just have a seat, I'll be right back out with you, okay?
Jeremy first learned Aaron was missing when Aaron's mother called him.
We called back after the boy's mom called us. We called back and said, when did you last see Aaron? He says, I guess he left during the night. That's all we knew. He went to look for him wherever the car was reported.
Yes.
Once investigators obtained a search warrant, they locked down the house and began the examination. It didn't take long before they realized something terrible had happened inside that bedroom. Once Brandon was in custody, detectives wasted no time. Within 5 minutes of his surrender, he was sitting across from investigators.
All right, Brandon. Anything in your pockets that I need to know about?
Wallet and keys.
Those real quick. Anything else?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna pat you down real quick. Okay. Do me a favor. Put your hands on that wall over there. Sorry about that. Go ahead and have a seat. I'm Detective York. Detective York. Yep, that's me. So before we get started, got some paperwork you gotta fill out.
The interview started, and he was read his rights.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before you are asked questions and have him with you during questioning.
I would like a lawyer.
You would like a lawyer. Okay. Okay. All right. Sit tight for just a minute. I'll be right back with you.
He chose to remain silent. His parents, however, were more than willing to speak with detectives.
Is there anything that we can do for y'all right now?
Need your 505. We'll take you out. Try to show you.
I'm sorry.
I can try to show you
You can try to show us
the general area, yeah.
Okay. And where might that be?
Old East Rome. There's an old cemetery up the hill. You turn left. Turn left. Turn left. Something like turn left.
For the first time, someone openly confirmed that Aaron was dead. Jeremy also told detectives Brandon had been pulled from college earlier that year because of his mental health.
He was having anxiety attacks. He was having suicidal thoughts. He was having visions. We brought him home to make him safe.
Detectives wanted to know exactly what happened and whether Brandon's parents had any involvement. But according to them, they were out of town the entire time.
Got a call from Brandon this morning, around 9 or 10. He called Rachel here. He was asking about well, so they had drank. Been drinking since noon, said yesterday. He didn't want Dad finding out that there was mom upstairs in the carpet.
Yeah.
That's all we heard. Then an hour or two goes by. Boy's mom calls us.
When Jeremy called Brandon, he got the same story everyone else had.
I told him to go where the car was and start looking for him. It's his best friend. Meantime, we packed up. We were on vacation. We packed up and hightailed it here to try to help look for Aaron.
But one question still remains. Why? What could have led to this?
If it was in self-defense is one thing. If it was a fight that got out of control, drunk, out of control, I don't know.
He hears things. He sees things.
Detectives knew they couldn't simply accept every explanation being offered. If Brandon's mental state was going to become part of the case, they needed evidence to support it. But before they could answer questions about motive, they had a more urgent task. They still had to find Aaron.
They're searching for him now. Somebody going to call them?
I'm sorry?
Is somebody going to call his parents?
Yes.
But before that, they need to find Aaron first. Investigators searched the cemetery. Aaron was found buried in a shallow, unmarked grave. His body was wrapped in the same bed sheets he slept on the night he was killed. The search was over. With Aaron recovered, detectives faced the hardest part of the investigation. His parents were called to the station. First, his father was brought into the room.
They have found Aaron. And he's deceased.
Then, detectives sat down with Aaron's mother and delivered the news no parent ever wants to hear.
Did you find him? He was deceased.
Why would he do that? Why did he do that?
What?
We need my son.
The investigation eventually led to a conviction. Prosecutors established that Aaron had been stabbed and disemboweled. In June 2024, Brandon pleaded guilty to multiple charges, including malice murder, felony murder, aggravated assault, battery, concealing a death, and removing body parts from the scene. As the case moved through court, investigators learned what had been going through Brandon's mind. Brandon told investigators he had taken edibles and experienced a prophecy where he felt God was telling him that he either had to kill his best friend or have his stepmother. He thought there would be less self-pleasure in killing Aaron. Brandon also claimed that alcohol and marijuana triggered violent thoughts. According to him, when Aaron called and said he wanted to visit, those thoughts came back. He would later describe the attack in disturbing terms. I became a carnal animal like in a dream and started to feel emotion for the first time as I started killing Aaron. The evidence showed the two friends spent the evening together. They went to a bar and drank. Afterward, they returned to Brandon's house. Aaron went upstairs and fell asleep in the guest bedroom. Then Brandon walked into the room and stabbed him 40 times. Aaron was attacked on the bed. His body was then dragged into the bathroom. Blood was found throughout the room, on the bathroom door, and inside the shower area. Brandon put Aaron's body inside a suitcase and loaded it into the trunk of his car. He then buried him in a shallow grave before abandoning the vehicle near a local park. In the end, the case came down to two friends. One made a long drive to spend time with the other, and the other spent the following hours erasing what he had done. Brandon Risner was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Wow. All right, we got to keep it rolling because we got cases to compare to. So now we got a 16-year-old who has no idea he's about to be arrested for murder.
A little after midnight, on a hot July night in Palm Bay, dispatchers at the Palm Bay Police Department pick up a 911 call. Someone had broken into a house on Benshore Road.
He broke into the house and I didn't have time to answer the phone, so
Do you know who the man is?
No, I don't know who it was.
The caller sounded young, female, panicked. She told dispatch she had been home alone when someone forced their way inside the house.
Is he still in there?
I don't think so. I waited. I hid in my room for like a really long time. I don't even know how long it's been.
Okay, you've been for how long it's been?
I'm not sure.
She locked herself in her bedroom with her dogs. For hours, she listened to movement through the house and was too scared to come out.
What did he look like?
It's hard to remember, but I think normal height, I guess. If I had to guess, maybe like 5'8", I don't know. And
is he black, white, Hispanic?
I'm not sure. I think I didn't really look that good. I only got like...
She said the intruder wore a hoodie, so she never got a clear look at him. All she could really tell police was that she thought he was black.
What did he do once he got into your house?
I don't think the door was locked, but I don't think he knew that there was a hammer by the back. And,
was it your hammer, or did they bring it with them?
It was just the house hammer. It was just by the back. They grabbed it and broke in the window.
Okay, and where are you in the house right now?
I'm just in the living room.
Okay, we already have help on the way, so just take a deep breath, okay? You still have your dogs with you?
They're still in my room. I didn't let them out because I didn't want them getting blood over their paws.
Right. Is there blood inside your house?
Yes.
The first responders arrived outside the home. When officers knocked on the door, 16-year-old Julia Egler finally came out crying uncontrollably.
Hello. How you doing? What's going on? Why is there blood on the floor?
Because they're...
Huh? What? You okay? Are you okay? Are you bleeding?
No.
Who's bleeding?
I'm on
Come outside. Come outside. Come outside.
You gotta subscribe
What
this
is going
time.
on?
You won't
Why
lose
is that
me.
door smashed?
Someone came.
Can we have medical respond? We have blood on the floor.
Who's bleeding?
My mom.
Where's your mom? You got doors to the right. Got a body.
Just beyond the doorway was 41-year-old Kelly McCollum. She was lying in a pool of blood. The intruder had shot her and escaped.
You okay?
I don't know. I mean, physically, I guess, but...
As officers cleared the house room by room, they found Kelly dead in the kitchen with an obvious gunshot wound.
The dogs locked up?
They're in my room. No, they're just in my room.
Is the door to your room open?
No, they're closed.
Okay.
Julia's two pit bulls were still locked inside her bedroom. Then, officers made another discovery. There was a second body inside the bathroom.
What are they?
Kwame, please!
Body on the bathroom floor. Bathroom's to the right. He's in there. She's laying in the kitchen in front of that desk over there, or table.
The victim was a man in his 20s. He had been shot multiple times and stabbed multiple times. Blood covered nearly every part of the scene.
Hey, what's your name? Julia. Huh? Julia Egler.
Okay, who do you live here with, hon? Your mom, are you okay? Are you injured at all?
Physically, no.
No? Okay. Who else lives here? Just your mom?
Her boyfriend was around a lot.
Her boyfriend, what's his name?
Oh, Matthew.
Matthew?
Mm-hmm.
Was there any arguments or anything tonight?
Police identified him as 22-year-old Matthew Shainrock, Kelly's boyfriend. Investigators immediately started asking Julia if the couple fought often.
Was there any arguments or anything tonight?
Between who? Me and my mom just arguing with one. I told her I'm not there. I should have told her I'm not there.
Julia said Matthew and Kelly rarely argued, but she admitted she and her mother had been fighting lately. Now, she kept repeating that she never got the chance to tell her mom she loved her.
I'll never get to her. It's okay. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's okay. Please forgive me. My brother, he's in his 20s. He lives in Louisiana. My dad's in Texas. Okay.
At first, detectives weren't fully convinced about the break-in story. To them, the scene looked closer to a murder scene. Maybe Matthew shot Kelly, then went into the bathroom and killed himself.
They cleared it. So, female is in the kitchen on the floor. Male is in this room over here. Shell casings are by him. Looks like murder. You can see where he busted into the screen door in the back.
Alright, there's some axe back there on the floor.
One reason detectives considered that theory was because Kelly and Matthew reportedly had a history of domestic violence. But there was a major problem with that theory. Matthew had both gunshot wounds and stab wounds, and police couldn't find a gun anywhere in the house.
Female, Signal 7 on the kitchen floor. Male, Signal 7 in the bathroom. He's got shell casings in there and also a butcher knife in there. Outside the back door, there's an axe with a sledgehammer where he busted the door in. There's shells, not spent, but there's rounds outside the back door, which look like the same ones that are in the bathroom. But there's like 3 or 4 of these shell casings in the bathroom.
Now, detectives started circling back to Julia's original story. Maybe there really was an intruder. As the investigation proceeded, officers brought in Matthew's brother Dustin, who lived next door, to tell him what happened.
We do have 2 deceased people in that house. We do believe one of them is your brother, but we have yet to confirm that because the way the body is positioned.
They put this girl in jail.
Which girl?
Kelly. I've been trying to get my brother away from this.
But we don't know yet. I don't want to.
I know it, officer. I know it. She's crazy. She's a bitch. She's a clarified witch she claims herself to be. She speaks to my dead mother. She's been telling him all this shit. She's bad, officer. She's got to go to jail. And for life if she's alive. Unless she killed him and killed her self.
Well, we do believe she's the second one that's dead.
The victim was a man in his 20s. Dustin was stunned. He lived right next door, but he never heard any gunshots. At the same time, Julia looked completely overwhelmed. Her mother was dead. Her brother and father lived in different cities. Suddenly, she was alone in Florida.
When it started?
What started?
When he came up to the window.
Matthew came up to the window?
No, I don't know who it was.
You don't know who it was? Okay. His front window right here?
No, it was less sliding doors or back.
According to Julia, Kelly and Matthew had gone out shopping earlier that night while she stayed home alone. That was when she claimed she saw someone break in through the glass door.
And he smashed the back door, and I don't think he knew that it was unlocked, but that's why I was such a rush to get the dogs to my room, because I knew that he could just open the door and come in.
Okay, so this guy smashed the back window while you're inside. And did you call 911?
I didn't have the phone.
Okay.
I couldn't do anything.
Okay. So you used to stay in your room? Okay.
I was so scared I couldn't do anything.
She said the intruder never noticed her, so she hid immediately. Then Kelly and Matthew came home and walked straight into the attack.
It was so loud. It was so loud. And then
what was loud?
It was so quiet. The silence. I heard.
What was loud? Like yelling?
No, I think I heard gunshots.
Okay.
And when I heard those, I knew someone had died. I can feel it, you know? I don't know if that sounds stupid, but I just...
Was this like a couple minutes ago?
No, it was like
Like a couple hours ago? Mm-hmm. Okay. So you're saying that your mom and him weren't home when this person was breaking in to the house? Did you hear your mom and her boyfriend come home? I couldn't do anything but listen. It's 12:30 in the morning right now. What time? Was it still light out or was it dark out when you heard this person break in?
It was still light out.
Was it still light out? And you stayed in your room. And then, was it dark out when your parents got home? Or when your mom and her boyfriend got home?
Detectives understood Julia had just lived through something traumatic. Her thoughts were scattered, and the timeline was messy. But one detail kept bothering them. Why did she wait hours before calling 911?
You good? Yeah. Do you believe that's daughter?
Okay. Juvenile?
Yeah.
Alright, we need to figure out something with her.
Julia said she had lost all sense of time during the ordeal. She couldn't clearly explain when the intruder entered or when Kelly and Matthew returned home. Luckily for investigators, the house had CCTV cameras.
Oh, they got a ring camera. Is this recording?
Can't really tell the way they're both laying.
You guys have seen that ring camera?
Can't really tell.
There is a camera over the garage door. I don't know about inside or in the back.
Matthew's brother also doubted the break-in theory. He told detectives this was the last kind of house someone would target.
Have they ever talked about anybody trying to break into their house before?
No, I got cameras. She's never worried about breaking into her house. She's, I got guns.
Yeah.
And she's ex-military, so I got this. I'm tough.
Oh, wow. Have she ever made, do you know if she ever made threats against your brother before?
No, not that I know of.
But you felt something was wrong with her?
Oh, yeah, from day one. From day one, officer.
Then, investigators found shell casings outside the broken door. That meant at least one shot had been fired from outside the house. But according to Julia's story, the intruder was already inside before Kelly and Matthew got home.
So there's two. So he must have been shooting as he came in. I think...
But the casings are in the bathroom.
Yeah, but there's a casing or there's a...
Right.
He could have picked the casings up. I think he was waiting for her. Look where her backpack's there, her shoes are off.
Right.
Like, she comes in, takes her shoes off, sets her backpack down. She's gonna have to be shot on that right-hand side.
There's a juvenile daughter that we need to figure out something.
Yeah.
Family member or something.
Yeah. Because it's so hot and everything like that, we're gonna transport her to the...
You heard that right. Julia was on the suspect list. Her version of events didn't line up with the physical evidence. She waited hours to call police. And besides the two victims, she was the only confirmed person inside that house. Almost 2.5 hours after the 911 call, Julia was brought to the station lobby while detectives figured out where to place her. She couldn't go back home. The entire house was now an active crime scene. That was when officers noticed something about Julia's right hand.
What happened to your hand?
Just an old scar.
Did you get into an accident or something?
One day I'd come home from doing whatever I was doing, and I forgot my key, and Mom wasn't home, so I just broke my window and got in.
You punched the window?
What?
Was there rocks or anything outside?
Not that I could find, but...
What?
It's not like it's, like, hurting or anything, it's just...
What?
Still recovering, I guess.
How long ago did that happen?
A few months.
Her hand looked swollen and discolored. This didn't look old. It looked fresh. Then, Julia started complaining about ringing in her ears.
Alright.
Yeah, it's... I don't know what's up in my ears, kind of messing with me.
Did you get in the ear or something lately?
What?
Well, I think the loud noises kind of mess with me a little bit.
Were you listening to music too loud or something?
No, it's the loud noises from the gunshots.
Yep, you said
What
too
gunshots?
much.
Back in my house. All the gunshots, so
Didn't she say she stayed hidden in her room? Gunshots are loud, but detectives knew ringing this severe usually meant she had been much closer to the weapon than she claimed.
How close were you to the gunshots?
I was in a different room, but it was still loud enough.
What kind of gun did your mom have?
I don't remember, but it was like a handgun, and on the standard of handguns, it was pretty small. Like, smaller than that one.
Okay.
Like half the size of that one.
Julia acted like she knew very little about firearms, but Matthew's brother told detectives something different.
Do you know if Julia ever had
She's had dinner at her house once or twice. I know she's firearm trained.
Who Julia is? The girl? How do you know that?
Kelly, her daughter, her mom told me.
Oh, she's firearm trained?
Yeah, because she's like, oh, we got a new Glock 17, so we had her certified in it. And she makes sure she knows how to use it because she used to work nights. So to make sure the daughter, or like a worst case scenario, knows how to, if something ever happened.
Has Julia ever, that you know of, ever expressed any animosity towards Matthew or her mother? Do you know if she got along with them or if they...
She seems to be like a really respectful kid, quiet, very quiet. She's homeschooled.
Most of the conversation in the lobby sounded casual, but there were small moments cops paid attention to. At one point, Julia talked like she felt bad the officers had been stuck working all night because of her case.
Wow, what a night. It's so busy. Sorry to kind of like add more to your plate. Why are you apologizing? I don't know. Well, I get that a lot. I guess I just have a habit of doing it. Yeah.
Hold on, wait. Did you hit the lady over there in Malibu earlier? That's where I was at. Somebody got hit by a car. Was it you? Okay. You apologized, so I figured I'd ask.
Oh, sorry, I did it. My bad.
You and your Honda Civic. I thought I saw a Honda Civic leaving the area.
Yeah, me and my Honda Civic hit an old lady.
Mm-hmm.
And then didn't even stop to check if she was fine. Yeah, I did that.
Wait, it was you?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm the criminal here.
I just gotta take some pictures of your shoes, and then I'm gonna take those, and then I've got some really fancy booties.
After hours of talking with officers, Julia eventually fell asleep on the couch. The next morning, detectives finally moved her into the interview room and read her Miranda rights.
So, what's your mother's name? And the guy that lives with her boyfriend, what's his name?
Matthew.
Okay. How long he's been living with you guys?
About a year.
Okay. So is that how long they've been dating?
No problem, Donna.
How do you like Matt? Are you and him cool?
I mean, we were fine.
Yeah. Okay. How does Matt and your mom get along? Did they get along pretty good?
I mean, they would argue sometimes, but like it wasn't constant, I guess.
Okay.
Kelly had previously called police on him during a domestic violence incident.
What about your brother? Has he ever made any threats to hurt her besides the one little battery thing? Has any concerns you have that he would do something to her like this serious?
She could beat his
Oh, she could?
Oh, yeah, she's tough.
Yeah, I know there's a big age gap. So your brother's like, what, 22?
21.
21, and she's like...
Yeah, just turned 20.
And she's like in her 40s, right?
Have you always been homeschooled?
Since 3rd grade, so basically.
Okay, why is that? Preference from mom or?
That, and also, that's the year I started to get bullied really bad, so my mom was like, screw this, and pulled me out.
Okay.
I've been doing this job about 20 years.
Origin story.
I've been doing it for a while. And one thing I learned is that everybody that comes in this police department, a lot of them are good people. They just make bad mistakes. Okay? Now, Detective Brown briefed me on what you told her out there on the scene. Okay? We looked over the crime scene, and some things are not adding up. Okay? And I never met you before. And I don't know what's going on in your house. I don't know what you're going through. You know, but I do have a feeling that you have not told us exactly what happened there tonight. All right? And it doesn't make you a bad person. Okay? But everybody lies at first. They do. It's normal. Okay? But one thing I always try to find out is not just what happened, it's why it happened. But when you lie, it sounds like you're hiding something. So I want to start over with tonight. Can we do that? Okay? What would you say your relationship with them was?
Maybe like 7.
7.
Because it was like whatever, I guess. We didn't really like fight a lot or anything. It was
Lawyer up. Shut up.
Okay.
You heard that right. Julia was on the suspect list. Her version of events didn't line up with the physical evidence. She waited hours to call police. And besides the 2 victims, she was the only confirmed person inside that house. Julia was still wearing the same clothes from the night of the killings. Detectives collected them as evidence. During the interview, Julia also started talking about her relationship with her mother. She said Kelly treated her unfairly.
What it is that is unfair? What is it that you're doing or that she's doing that's not fair to you?
Uh-oh.
Well, me and her would have a lot of arguments about things, especially over like me being trans. So she'd be like, okay, you're not a real boy and blah 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 and all, you know, the whole spiel of transphobic stuff.
Okay.
But
She doesn't approve of your lifestyle that you're...
The origin story.
you said she was like trying to kind of meet me in the middle, but it wasn't really working all that well all the time. She would try to call me child instead of, because it's more like gender neutral rather than kind of meeting in the middle, I guess.
Okay. So, I could tell obviously this frustrated you. Is this a root of a lot of the arguments? Or does it maybe not the root, or ends up being brought up in these arguments?
It's a thing that was brought up a lot in arguments.
Is she misgendering you?
Yeah.
So when you guys are arguing, is she intentionally, calling you she, or not using the appropriate pronouns, or not referring to you as Jasper and referring you as Julia?
So her mother didn't approve of her lifestyle and often misgendered her. To detectives, that immediately stood out as a possible motive.
When did you decide that you wanted to transition?
It's not really a thing that, it's hard to explain. It's kind of like, throughout my entire life, I never really thought about, I've never really seen myself as, woman, It's kind of like a thing where I always tried to like push it away and not think about it, because my mom always drilled it into my head that, that's not real, and that's bad, and that's stupid. So I kind of pushed it away for a long time until I couldn't anymore, and I started realizing, I'm having these thoughts and feelings, why am I having these constantly? Until it started just becoming more and more, and then it's like, okay, I think that there's something going on here,
Kelly openly disapproved of her. Matthew, on the other hand, mostly stayed neutral.
I never really talked to him about it. He would kind of just be confused when Mom would call me like Jasper a few times or whatever, and then he'd be like, what? But I guess he just he never really called me by my name. He just called me like,
hey you.
Yeah, hey you. Kind of like that. He never really like said my name, but...
Over time, all three simply learned how to live under the same roof. But there was another issue that kept bothering Julia.
We weren't friends, but like, we weren't necessarily enemies either. It's kind of just whatever.
Okay. Did he ever try to like parent you?
No, not really. He never really tried to be like a dad or anything. He just kind of was like hands off, Cause,
he's just a couple years older than you, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Oh, I didn't like it. I don't really support their relationships and things, so I think that's the only kind of like tension that there was between us, because it would always be kind of awkward when it was just me and him in the house, because we wouldn't say shit to each other.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like, I don't really want you here, and it was kind of obvious because I didn't support the relationship at all.
Would you vocalize that to him, or at least around him?
Well, he knew.
Based on conversation with Mom or you?
I would just say it. Like, I wouldn't really care. Like, I wasn't afraid to say it, and I think I made it pretty obvious that I didn't want him around.
Okay. So what is it? You say you just say it. What is it? Like, what would you say?
Just like, I don't even want him here or stuff when I'm talking to Mom, and it's just loud enough for him to hear. Because I think me and her had an argument once where it was like, I don't even want him here, and blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
she
And
talking like she at the therapy.
Oh, you're old enough now, and just deal with it. And, so.
So you don't really approve of Matthew's relationship with your mom?
No.
Matthew was only about 4 years older than her. To her, it felt wrong.
So these incidents where you ran away, what were those arguments stemming from?
All the arguments between my mom just kind of piling up to where it was enough, I guess.
Anything circulating, or because of how you felt about their relationship? Like you said, you vocalized that you didn't like it. Did that have anything to do with why you ran away? Him being in the house, you not wanting him there?
Yeah, I guess that was part of it.
Okay.
Julia felt trapped inside the situation.
Stupid things like, I don't feel respected, or like, this or that, and feeling like this house is a prison, things like that.
Was it because he was there? Is it because of the rules you had?
Both.
Okay. So you felt like, before he moved in, did you feel like you were in a prison?
Not really. It was kind of, me and my mom only really started arguing more when he came around.
Detectives now saw two possible motives. Julia blamed her mother for how she treated her, and she blamed Matthew for damaging that relationship even more. With motive established, investigators moved back to the timeline of the murders. Julia repeated that Kelly and Matthew left the house earlier that night to buy a bed frame.
Is your parents there yet? Is your mom and Matthew there yet?
No, they're still out.
Okay. When you saw him, was he outside the rear sliding glass door? Or inside the rear sliding glass door?
No, he wasn't inside.
So he was outside?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now you mentioned something about a hammer or something that was outside?
Yeah, so in the back of my mind, I knew that was out there, and I knew that he could break the glass with it if he didn't know that the door was unlocked. So I knew that either way he could get in, whether he figured out it was unlocked or if he broke the glass. So I just knew that I had to get out of that situation. And then I hear the glass shatter and come in, so I knew that it was probably him coming in. And
But this door was unlocked, is what you're saying, but
he didn't know that, I don't think.
Okay.
I don't think he even bothered to try and see if it was unlocked.
Julia was still wearing the same clothes from the night of the killings. Detectives collected them as evidence. During the interview, Julia also started talking about her relationship with her mother. She said Kelly treated her unfairly.
What it is that is unfair? What is it that you're doing or that she's doing that's not fair to you?
Well, me and her would have a lot of arguments about things, especially over like me being trans.
She grabbed the dogs and hid in her room. From there, she claimed she never saw anything, only heard noises from inside the house.
I hear him like walking around and stuff, and just kind of.
So you're saying him. So are you? Do you know that does this guy look like a male? The suspect does look like a male?
I don't know. I'm just assuming.
Okay. Can you tell if he was white or black?
If I had to guess, maybe black.
Okay. Like, was his face covered with a mask, or was he?
I think he had like some kind of hood. It was like up and kind of.
Did he ever come up to your bedroom door?
He might have gotten close, but he never like wiggled the door handle or anything because the dogs were still barking like crazy. I'm thinking that he didn't want to come in the room because there was barking dogs, and you don't know if they're gonna like bite you or attack you or whatever, I guess.
According to Julia, the intruder then kicked open her mother's bedroom door.
When this is going on, did you have your cell phone with you in your room?
No, I only had time to grab the dogs.
Okay. Where's your cell phone at this point?
I think I left it on the couch.
Okay. And like Detective Brown, it's important. We're trying to find out how long was he in the house before your mom came home. About how long? Just approximately.
An hour-ish.
About an hour or something?
I don't know.
Okay.
She then said Kelly and Matthew eventually came back home.
Do you hear the car pull up when they pull up in the car?
How did you know it was them walking through the door?
I don't know. I guess I just assumed because I think I heard their voices, or kind of. I couldn't tell what they were saying, but it sounded like.
Okay, so you hear Matthew yelling that. Do you hear your mom yelling at all?
No.
So how long did you, after you heard the gunshots, could you hear him rummaging around the house more, or did that stop?
I didn't hear a lot of anything else after that.
Okay.
A lot of noises.
All right. So you said you wait for a while in your room? Huh?
Yeah.
But detectives kept finding problems with the story. Julia claimed the intruder stayed inside the house for nearly an hour before Kelly and Matthew got home. If this was really a burglary, why was nothing taken? Her phone was sitting on the living room couch the entire time, yet the intruder never touched it. And after waiting all that time in her room, Julia finally came out and saw the scene herself.
The first thing I saw was blood on the ground.
Outside your bedroom door?
I looked to the left, and that's when I saw.
How did you know it was Matthew?
Because I could see him on the ground.
Like, did you see his face? Okay.
Matthew was lying face down in the bathroom. Julia described details that suggested she had already seen his face. That wouldn't make sense if he was lying face down when she found him. Still, detectives kept giving her chances to explain herself.
Let me ask you this. When you saw Matt in the bathroom, did you go over to him, or you just looked at him?
I didn't touch him, no.
Okay, so you just looked at him.
She grabbed them. At this point, detectives believed Julia was actively building a false story around herself as the terrified teenager who survived a home invasion. But her actions after the killings told a different story. She never called 911 right away. She never checked if the victims were alive. Instead, she walked through the house, checked the scene, and cleaned her shoes.
I think I might have cleaned my shoes off a little bit because they were gross from walking around.
Okay. So you clean your shoes off with what?
I believe there was like paper towels. I don't remember if I used disinfectant or water, but I remember wiping off like the ridges of my shoes a bit.
Police later found bloody paper towels inside the garage. Julia then claimed she went into her mother's bedroom and discovered Kelly's gun missing from the safe.
When I opened up the lockbox, I saw the holster for it, but it was empty.
Did you have to use the key to open the lockbox?
No, it was unlocked.
The detectives listened carefully and let her finish the story. Only then did they tell Julia they knew she wasn't telling the truth.
To be quite honest with you, we don't believe that this is how this happened. Okay, all right. We've looked over this crime scene, and there's things in this crime scene that's not adding up with what you're saying. Now listen, okay? Because I don't believe the story about someone coming into the house. Okay, there's evidence that shows that we looked at your surveillance camera. Okay, we don't see nobody coming through that back door. Okay, we looked at your surveillance camera. We see your parents coming home through the front door. Okay, we see bloody footprints inside the dining room area in front of the rear sliding glass door. Underneath the glass, that blood should be on top of the glass. Okay, so like I told you, I don't live at your house. I don't know what's going on in that house. But if you had to do something today that you thought you needed to do, we give you a chance to tell us that. Let's go with them coming home. When they walk through the door, tell me what happened.
Theoretically speaking, let's say what you're saying, that it was, theoretically speaking, let's say that it was me, right?
So Josh, I'm going to be honest with you. It's not really theoretical at this point. Everything he just stated to you is telling us that something happened that you're not telling us, right?
So you're basically saying that I'm the culprit.
We're not saying that at all. But evidence shows us on surveillance cameras, it shows them walking into the house. It shows nobody in the backyard. It shows nobody breaking into the house.
The way the camera is angled.
100%. But someone would be seen either hopping the fence, coming around the fence, whatever. And you know that. You know that the camera is angled a certain way. You know that you can walk out that sliding glass door and go undetected.
Yeah, and that's an interesting point you just made. So this is why we know especially we've seen a lot of crime scenes.
I'm saying there's a blind spot between the two cameras, and the way that they're angled makes it obvious.
Yeah.
What? But someone would have to know that. Someone would have to know that there's a blind spot there. Someone that's not random, that's not randomly coming to your back door and breaking the back door. This person would have had to have known the way the camera's set up only by viewing it from an app, right? You can't really tell.
You see it from the outside of the house.
Sure, but you can't see the exact scope. There's wide lenses. You don't know exactly what it's doing, but guess who does? And guess who just pointed that out? You do. So the only thing that makes sense in this instance here is that if this random person that you're saying came up to the back sliding glass door would have had to known that there was something to break the door, they would have had to come into the house and known that there was firearms inside the house, ammunition inside the house to use to then kill
Hey.
your mom and Matthew. For what reason?
Eventually, Julia started opening up.
If it was me, then that's going on my record forever, isn't it? And I'm just going to be thrown in jail.
She admitted that day she heard something inside her bedroom that had been making her angry for a long time.
There's some noises coming from my mom's bedroom while she was ignoring me because I was calling for her.
Okay. Is it something you've heard before in the bedroom? How does it make you feel? Gross? Like disrespected, right? But she's doing that literally 10 feet away from you.
Almost violated.
Right. I don't blame you. I would feel the exact same way if I...
Yeah, because your rooms are right next to each other, right?
It was already difficult for her to accept Matthew dating her mother, but hearing them together in the bedroom made that resentment even worse.
Over clapping
time,
cheeks?
she said she started hating both of them.
Damn.
Parts of Julia's confession were later redacted, but investigators say she admitted that after Kelly and Matthew left to buy the bed frame, she took Kelly's .38 caliber handgun from the bedroom. Then she waited. When the couple came back home, Julia greeted them, "Welcome home," at the door before shooting her mother first. Matthew ran into the bathroom, but she followed him. She stabbed him repeatedly with a chef's knife, then shot him several times. Julia Egler was arrested and initially charged as a juvenile, but was later indicted on 2 counts of first-degree premeditated murder. The state attorney office announced that she would be tried as an adult, but she is not eligible for the death penalty based on Florida statute and the U.S. Supreme Court, and will face life in prison if convicted.
Wow. That's a crazy one. Will this go on my record? I know, right? That's crazy. Well, just to keep the party rolling, Killer realizes he finally been caught after 23 years.
It all started on June 18th, 2024. Eugene Gligor stepped outside his apartment in Washington, D.C., thinking it was just another ordinary morning. He was walking along when a U.S. Marshals task force suddenly surrounded him.
All right, we'll adjust it. We'll adjust it. Okay, hold on. They're not made for comfort, but we'll make it.
I get it.
Yeah, we'll make it. We'll ease it up on it. Yeah, no problem. Ain't got nothing personal wrong with you.
Before he could react, they took away his phone and placed him in handcuffs.
Do you go to the office, or what do you do?
No, I work from home.
Okay. What were you doing out here, just chilling out in the fresh air?
Just having some coffee.
Okay. So you didn't know anything about this warrant? Okay. Our boss will tell you everything about it. It's nothing big.
I'm gonna take it. Hold his arm. I'm not.
He was driven straight to the station. The marshals didn't put him in a cell, but brought him straight to the interview room. The handcuffs came off. At least he's not under arrest. But that hope went away when the ankle restraints went on. This wasn't a casual conversation. At this point, Eugene still had no idea why he had been arrested. The detectives let him sit alone for a while, stuck with his thoughts, until 2 investigators finally walked in. They'd traveled a long way to talk to him.
Hi, Eugene.
Hello.
I am Detective Graston. This is Detective DuPoy. Hi there. From Montgomery County.
Okay.
I'm sure you're wondering what this is all
I
about.
would really like to know. This has been really hard, whatever's
Sure.
happening.
Well, we're going to get through all of that with you. We just have to do some paperwork real quick. Yep.
From the moment the marshals cuffed him, Eugene had been complaining about the handcuffs. Before asking anything else, the detectives checked on how he was doing.
Before we can talk to you about anything, we have to read you your rights. So I have some of this filled out already, but what is your physical condition today? Do you have any injuries? Are you feeling okay?
I'm feeling a little bit caught off guard, and I'm from the handcuffs. There's seems to be a lump on my hand. I don't know if I've been holding my hand above my heart, just so hopefully it helps to heal.
All right. Nothing that's clouding your mental judgment or anything like that, though?
No.
Okay.
He gave them a long list of his issues, but physically, he was fine. But this sudden arrest took a mental toll.
And are you sober right now?
Yeah, I'm 100% sober.
Years back, he had struggled with drinking. He wondered if that was why he was here. But as it turns out, these are just standard questions.
Been sober for years.
We ask everybody. Yeah, these are just the form questions. What is your highest education level completed?
High school.
Eugene was now living in D.C. But in the 90s, he lived in Maryland with his mother, where he attended Chevy Chase High School. That's where these detectives came from.
Do you speak any other languages?
Not fluent.
Okay, so English is, you're comfortable? Okay.
His last name, Gligor, came from Romania, though he didn't speak the language. After confirming basic details, the detectives read him his Miranda rights in English. Once the formalities were finished, the detectives finally explained why they were there.
So now that that's out of the way, we are from Montgomery County. We actually work in the cold case unit. We investigate crimes that have been unsolved for quite a period of time. We investigate homicides. So we were working on a case that came from Chevy Chase. And when we were going through the case file, your name was in there as someone that was related to the family, whether we have a big list of people, but friends, family, something like that. So do you recall back in 2001, Leslie Preer?
Yes, that she was murdered.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
The detectives took him back more than 2 decades to a quiet street on Drummond Avenue in Maryland. That was where 49-year-old Leslie Preer lived. She ran her days by the clock. Being late wasn't her. So, when 10 o'clock came and went on May 2nd, 2001, and she still hadn't arrived, it raised alarms. By 10:30, her boss was already trying to figure out what had gone wrong. The first call he made was to Sandy, Leslie's husband, who said she had been getting ready for work when he left the house. She should be at work by now. Something was wrong. Both headed to the house immediately. By 11:30 a.m., Leslie's boss was knocking on the front door. No one answered. Soon after, her husband arrived. The front door was already unlocked. All it took was a step inside. Blood covered the entryway. Furniture was out of place. It was obvious a struggle had happened right there. Leslie's boss called 911 while Sandy began searching through the house.
911, what's your emergency? I'm at 4824 Drummond, Chevy Chase. I work for a company, and we didn't have a call from an employee. We just walked in the door, our husband and I, and there's blood, and it looks like something possibly happened.
Okay.
So,
You're not in the house anymore, are you?
we're in the house right now. The husband's looking around.
You hadn't heard you're with the husband?
I'm with the husband, yes.
Sandy Preer had last seen his wife around 7:45 that morning, just before he left for work.
When was the last time?
The last time the husband saw her was 7:45 this morning.
Okay, well, just check.
Did she have a car or anything?
No, she was going to walk to the bus.
Okay.
It all started on June 18th, 2024. Eugene Gligor stepped outside his apartment in Washington, D.C. There were no signs of forced entry, but the blood at the doorway meant whatever happened started the moment someone came inside.
Is there a lot of blood?
But it looks like there's possibly maybe a struggle, a couple things knocked down.
Okay.
While Leslie's boss was on the phone, Sandy made his way through the house. That was when he found the dog locked in the basement.
So my husband...
Boomer, come here.
Is that a
What's
dog?
poppin', DC?
Is that a dog?
Yeah.
Okay. And you said some things were knocked over?
Yeah.
By that point, Sandy had checked the first floor and the basement. Leslie was nowhere to be found. As he prepared to head upstairs, dispatch told them to stop and wait outside.
Can I ask you guys to step out of the house?
Sure.
Are you on a cell phone?
Yes.
Okay.
Police took over from there. Upstairs, in the master bathroom, they found Leslie. She was face down in the shower, the water still running. Her life had ended right there in her own home in 2001. And now, nearly 23 years later, Eugene Gligor was sitting in an interrogation room in 2024, being asked about her murder.
The case that we are investigating. You went to BCC with her daughter at the time?
Correct.
Is that correct? Okay. And what was your relationship with Lauren, the daughter?
We had dated.
Lauren and Eugene had been high school sweethearts. They lived just 10 minutes apart, and back then, they were rarely apart at all.
And when did you guys date? Do you remember years?
Exact dates, I'm not entirely sure.
Were you in high school, or was it after high school?
Yeah, it was high school. I'm not exactly sure, maybe like 1994 to 1997 or something around there.
Okay.
Eugene spent his teenage years in Maryland, but by 2001, when Leslie died, he was 21 and had moved to Washington, D.C. If this murder happened in Maryland, what did it have to do with him now? Leslie had suffered 7 deep cuts to her head. There were clear signs of strangulation around her neck. She had been beaten, choked, and then dragged upstairs into the shower. Someone had tried to wash the scene away. Forensics later found large areas of the foyer wiped down, but the cleanup incomplete. There were still swipe marks on the door, the floor, and along the stairs. Whoever was cleaning up left in a hurry, probably when Leslie's boss started knocking on the door.
And from your dates of birth, I can see you're a little bit younger than Lauren. So was she already graduated from high school, or were you guys both still in high school when you guys were dating?
We were both in high school. She had finished high school, and I believe we had dated for a few months while she was in college, but that was it.
Okay.
Forensic teams found blood that didn't belong to Leslie at the crime scene. It came from an unknown male. That blood was near the dining room window, more at the kitchen doorway, and a streak along the back door. Whoever killed Leslie was bleeding and ran away through the back door. The same unknown DNA was also found beneath her fingernails. She had fought back, and now, decades later, that unanswered question resurfaced. Was that DNA the reason Eugene was sitting there now? Eugene and Lauren's relationship had once felt unbreakable, but college changed things. They went to different universities and drifted apart long before Leslie was killed. They both moved on. So, why was Eugene being linked to a crime from a life he had already left behind?
So back then, when you guys were dating, where did you live?
I lived in with my mother in Rockville.
Okay. Do you remember the address or what street or anything?
I wish I did. I don't.
Okay. And you said you lived with your mother. Were your parents separated?
Yeah.
Okay. Where did your dad live?
He lived in Chevy Chase, and yeah.
Do you know the street or neighborhood?
Brookside Drive.
Brookside Drive. Okay.
Yeah.
Back in 2001, detectives had focused on someone else. There were no signs of forced entry, which suggested Leslie knew her attacker. The DNA was male, and the last man known to be with her was her husband, Sandy. Just 22 days after her death, investigators brought him in as their prime suspect and pushed him to confess.
We all know who's responsible. It's just a matter of getting to the truth of it all and having you explain to us what drove all this. Give us a break. Give yourself a break. It's got to be a living nightmare.
They told him the evidence would eventually catch up to him, that it was only a matter of time.
How long could you keep your job doing that? Just got to tell him. People at work are wondering. Families wondering. Everybody's wondering. And they're reading the papers and they're not seeing anything about police picking up some stranger or something like that. They're all intelligent people. They don't have to be rocket scientists. They don't have to be police detectives to figure out where this is headed.
But Sandy didn't break. He held his ground and denied any involvement.
No, Sandy, you have it all.
Let me say this. I'll stay here all night with you guys and listen to you talk. But I repeat, I'm not saying anything unless my lawyer's here.
There were no signs of forced entry. The strongest evidence investigators had was the unknown male DNA under Leslie's fingernails. Sandy gave his own DNA willingly. It didn't match. Sandy was innocent. From there, detectives cast a wide net. Every man connected to Leslie was checked. Family members, friends, neighbors, co-workers. One by one, they were ruled out. No matches, no arrests. Time passed and the case went cold. A year later, Leslie's daughter Lauren reached out to detectives, asking if there was anything new.
Well, first of all, I guess you called me and you said that you wanted to come by and talk or so forth, so here we are. Go ahead.
Well, basically it's me. I haven't really had much contact with you guys. I was just wondering if what I should be doing or if there's like where things stand.
Well, we followed, a number of leads, in reference to the revelation some time ago, I guess towards the end of last summer, where we found some DNA material that looked like it was from someone else.
Once Sandy was cleared by DNA, the strongest lead investigators had vanished.
Which, and as you know, we were focusing pretty strongly on your father at that point in time.
Right.
Given the facts and circumstances of the cases, we knew them at that time. And of course, when that came out, then we began to spread that out, because obviously there was someone else there or within the residence. In the course of that investigation, we haven't found a thing that would tie it. We've done a number of interviews with people who do burglaries, things like that, home invasion things, because if your dad's not involved in this, it's got to be someone that would have reason to be in the house or something like that. That was there's a number of scenarios we can play with, but that's basically what we're left with.
With nowhere else to turn, the case slowly slipped into the cold case files. It stayed there for decades. Then, in 2022, the cold case unit pulled it back out. Not long after that, Eugene Gligor found himself sitting in this interview room.
You and Lauren had dated well before her mother was killed. Do you remember, were you still in touch with Lauren when this stuff happened to her mom?
No, we had broken up a couple years before, at least. Maybe longer, I'm not sure. And I believe I reached out just to send my regards, and maybe saw her a couple times, and but that was it.
Okay. Do you remember how you found out about it?
I remember I was at work, and I believe she had actually told me that she had come into where I was working at a restaurant, and she had told me that what
restaurant was that? Do you remember?
It was a restaurant called Black's.
Sandy never liked Eugene dating his daughter, and his instincts hadn't been baseless. Eugene's past included a weapons charge, a DUI, suspected thefts around the neighborhood, and whispers of an assault tied to his high school years. Lauren had stood by him then, insisting he wasn't dangerous.
Dark fox.
Still, to Sandy, something about Eugene never quite sat right.
When you were younger, did you ever get in any trouble with the police or anything?
Not particularly, no.
Okay.
The detectives already knew every line of his criminal record, and his attempt to lie only made them more suspicious.
Were you at her house a lot of the time? Or did you guys spend more time at your house? Or what did you guys do when you...
I mean, it was a mix. My house, her house, being out. I mean, we're young and teenagers, so there was, going out and...
Okay.
Those details mattered. They placed Eugene close to Leslie's home, both geographically and socially. Back in 2001, the DNA had no match, and the trail went cold. But science didn't stop moving. By 2018, a new forensic method emerged, one that could trace suspects through distant relatives. It had already cracked hundreds of cold cases. Leslie's case was next.
When you found out about Lauren's mom, do you remember who you were dating at the time, or were you dating anybody?
I don't recall who I was dating at the time, but yeah, no, I'm not 100% certain.
Okay.
I mean, I've been dating, but I'm not sure.
Eugene was never a suspect, so he was never interviewed or DNA swabbed. Then in September 2022, the unknown DNA was sent to Othram Labs. What came back wasn't a name, but a connection. A distant relative in Romania had unknowingly uploaded their DNA to a genealogy database in search of family history. That single match cracked the case. Detectives spent the next 2 years building a family tree, narrowing it branch by branch. Eventually, all paths led to Eugene Gligor.
How well did you know Lauren's mom? Like, was there ever any kind of a weird relationship between you two after Lauren?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I wasn't in touch, so I don't...
Okay. So you were never, like, dating Lauren's mom or anything like that, behind the scenes?
No.
Okay.
I wasn't ever in touch.
The strongest evidence investigators had was the unknown male DNA under Leslie's fingernails. Sandy gave his own DNA willingly. It didn't match. Sandy was innocent. On paper, he didn't scream suspect. A teenage boyfriend who had faded out of Lauren's world years before the murder. No obvious reason to cross paths with Leslie again. And yet his DNA was inside her home.
So from the crime scene, we have DNA from the person who was there when Leslie died. So there's Leslie's blood all over the place, obviously, but then there's also another DNA profile that was picked up from the crime scene. And we had put that into CODIS, our database from the National CODIS DNA Index System, and it has never hit. So whoever was there, whoever's DNA was also on the scene, has never been arrested. And that's why we were going through doing all of these elimination DNA samples to find out, okay, well, this person couldn't have done it because we matched their DNA to it. So we realized that they never talked to you, never did anything, and we wanted to find out more about you. And if there was any kind of situation where you could have been at the house at that time.
I'm a little confused. So to find out more and talk to me, why not just call me and ask me to come in and talk to me versus have marshals come and arrest me? Bring me in. I'm just confused as to why that's the case.
Well, because we needed to talk to you in a controlled environment, and because there's a little bit more to it than what we've told you so far.
Could you tell me?
Well, we're getting there. I'm trying to give you an opportunity to be a little bit forthcoming before we...
I mean, I feel a little bit trapped here, like...
Well, you're under arrest, so you should feel trapped.
Right, and so I think, I mean, probably asking for a lawyer is my best course of action at this point.
Okay.
Instead of doing any more discussing or talking about it, it just doesn't seem... I don't understand, so I'd like to have somebody...
Well, that's why we're trying to talk to you about it.
I know,
But we can't...
and there's 2 of you and 1 of me, so
Sure.
I feel a little outnumbered, and I probably would need some type of representation if I am under arrest, as you said, which I am.
Yeah, okay.
And so I think that having a lawyer would be the best for me in my interest at this point.
That's totally fine.
Once the genetic trail pointed to Romania and circled back to Eugene in Washington, D.C., the detectives knew this wasn't enough to arrest Eugene. They still needed his DNA. And the way they got his sample was nothing short of a movie sequence. On June 9th, 2024, detectives began their covert operation. Eugene returned from a trip to Europe and landed at Dulles International Airport. Undercover agents guided him into a secondary screening room. He was left alone with a row of bottled water on the table right in front of him. Eventually, he grabbed one, took a drink, and tossed it away. That's what they wanted. Agents recovered the bottle and rushed it to the lab. The DNA matched. The unknown male was Eugene Gligor.
And we don't have to ask you any more questions, but we are going to just tell you some stuff. Okay? So from the crime scene, the DNA that was taken, we actually have a sample of your DNA, and it was compared to the crime scene DNA, and it matched. So we know that you were there at the time when Leslie died.
But I never gave a sample of DNA.
That's correct. We obtained a sample from a discarded water bottle that you drank out of. So you were followed, and we collected it after you discarded it into the trash, and it was swabbed, and it was compared. So your DNA matches the crime scene DNA.
I don't know what to say. I have no recollection. I have no memory. I don't know what to say.
The detectives wanted to hear if Eugene had any other explanation, any reason his DNA would be under Leslie's fingernails.
Okay, well, that's why we wanted to talk to you, to find out if there's any other explanation. but we can't ask you any more questions if you want a lawyer present.
Yeah, I think I should have a lawyer present. I just don't know what to do or say. It doesn't make sense to me, so.
What?
I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Do you have a lawyer that you...
No.
Okay.
I don't have to call. I don't know. I don't probably call my girlfriend and ask her to help. I don't know.
He had nothing. No explanation. No memory. Just a familiar mix of denial and confusion as the walls closed in.
I don't know. I don't understand. This is all very bewildering, very strange.
Eugene asked the detectives to explain more, as if understanding the case might somehow change it.
Okay, is there more? Like, you're gonna tell me? Is there more?
I mean, we've told you plenty. We can't continue to ask you questions.
If you want to keep talking, we can. But if you want to stop, you have to let us know for sure.
Yeah.
We can tell you more about, what we think happened.
I don't... I mean, what do you think happened? I don't know. I can't verify. I don't know. I don't recall. I don't have any memory. I didn't do anything that you're talking about, so I don't know. And I don't feel like I can... I don't know how to answer and go into... I don't want to incriminate myself with questions. You guys are professionals. I'm not. I don't know. I really do think I need an attorney. I need to use the phone, and I need to call someone, and I need legal representation before I respond to anything else.
On paper, he didn't scream suspect. A teenage boyfriend who had faded out of Lauren's world years before the murder. No obvious reason to cross... That was
May 19th.
That was when something else caught the detective's attention.
There's no tears coming out of your face.
I'm very dry right now.
You're dry?
I'm very dry. I'm parched. I'm dehydrated. You can probably see my eyes are bloodshot red because I'm just tired and drained. I don't know what's going on. You want me to drink water so I can tear? Like, what is wrong with you?
I don't want you to tear. I just don't want
What are you trying to say?
I'm just trying to say that this seems a little put on.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
No.
Oh my God, you're so full of it. You're after. This is the police. This is, yes, like it makes sense.
Back in his teens, Eugene had been linked to a series of burglaries. It raised a new theory. He knew the house. He knew the layout. Maybe he hadn't gone there to kill anyone. Maybe he expected the place to be empty. What he didn't plan on was running into Leslie.
What we're trying to figure out is how your blood was at the scene that day.
If there's an alternate explanation, that's why we wanted to talk to you today, okay? So I feel like you just need to take a breath for a second, okay? That's what we're trying to figure out. Why is your blood there?
Could it have been, an interrupted burglary? Did something happen where you didn't expect anybody to be home?
I have no idea. I don't remember. I don't recall. Again, you're asking me questions. I don't know.
I'm not
and
asking you a question.
You did. You just asked me a question, and I asked for legal representation, and you guys are very smug looking at me like I've done something, and of course it's innocent until proven guilty, right?
By then, there was nothing more to say. As the interview wound down, detectives noticed something telling. Eugene had never directly denied the accusations.
You keep saying you don't remember and you don't have any recollection.
Well,
but if somebody was not involved, it would be an adamant, I didn't do it.
I didn't do it. I definitely didn't do it. Like, this is absolutely, I've been an alcoholic in recovery for years now. I've been sober for years. And there are many, many times in which earlier life wasn't great. Abusive father, issues that, but at the same time, this isn't something that I know I didn't do it. I know I wasn't involved. And I just don't understand how this has come to this.
I don't know either. That's why we wanted to talk to you. I don't know why your blood is there also. I don't know.
Wow.
The only person that knows is Leslie, and she can't tell us.
The interview ended. Eugene was escorted out and into custody. The evidence spoke louder than anything he said. He was charged with first-degree murder. In May 2025, he pleaded guilty to second-degree murder, admitting he killed Leslie but claiming it wasn't planned. The plea carried a sentence of up to 30 years. On August 28, 2025, he was sentenced to 22 years, followed by 5 years of probation. That was...
Damn, he got off kind of light for that little murder, though, for real, for real. All right, we got another case to compare. We got a missing pregnant teen case uncovers disturbing father-son secret. Let's go.
On December 23rd, the local police department received a call about a missing person. It's Savannah's family members who've turned up at the hospital to support her for her induced labor appointment. But Savannah isn't there. No one's actually heard from her since December 21st. So at just after 7:30 that evening, police arrive at her address to conduct a welfare check. They find her door broken open.
Police, anybody here? Come back. So we got a full hallway down here. What's out to the patio?
Police department.
Police. Oh, what you got there, Greg?
Police department.
Aside from the door, there's no other signs of anything?
Yeah. They're supposed to be in this. We checked the hospital.
Yeah, I think they checked all that.
Nothing seems out of place in the apartment apart from the door. And Savannah's family have been calling around all the hospitals in the area. None of them have seen a patient by that name.
And like I told you when I worked at a hospital, if you're not, if she doesn't put you on an approved list, they're not going to tell you if she's checked in or not.
It's weird, but the bar's not trying to but
Her dad's only possible clue is her boyfriend, Matthew Guetta, who's also nowhere to be found.
But you said he sent me that the boyfriend's a drug dealer, but shit, he's been assaulted in the past.
He's been in trouble with the law before, but it's a big leap from drug dealing to committing murder.
The guy's a dealer, but they're trying to. His parents have been calling. They call county. They're trying to do a missing person. Now the girl's dad is here. And
hey, real quick, don't mean to interrupt, but I do got some super chat goals up there if y'all want an extra hour of streaming. And Jules is always nice. I appreciate it. Thank you for everybody that looked out so far.
she's supposed to be induced today, and they took out the hospital. You know what I mean? And no show. So I don't know what's going on. But anyway, like I said, the door's kicked open. It doesn't look like there's no, the apartment's in order. You know what I mean? It's not in shambles or nothing. So it's actually pretty straightened out, pretty squared away. So there's no signs of any struggle or anything there. Everything's neat except for the door. You know what I'm saying?
If someone left, or
okay, we did a security check for people. We're not gonna look through anything else. No, yeah, there's no, the TV's there, everything. There's just
they even made a nursery for the baby.
Yeah, it's kind of. So were they arguing? Were they having an issue or nothing that y'all know of? In the past, no, but I mean, ahorita, right now, there's nothing going on. I mean. Yeah, I know, I get you. That's what I'm saying. Well, you know, it gives us a little feedback on what's going on. I mean, I know that people have their issues on and off, but right now, they were excited to go have the baby, I guess, right?
Savannah and Matthew are excited to bring their child into the world and start a family. But it's clear something's gone wrong. Something no one can yet guess at. On Christmas Day, Savannah's family comes to the police department to give more information that might help in the investigation. She and Matthew are still missing.
We are here in search of Savannah. So as we talked about over there, we have our officers conducting welfare checks on the apartment to make sure that, one, we try to find out where Savannah is in the event that she comes back. I need to know, because I've been in contact with a couple of people today. I've been in contact with Matthew's dad, Gabriel Guerra, and he has not received any communications from Matt or Savannah since that Wednesday, Thursday.
The day she was reported missing, the 23rd, was the Saturday. But they're not just here to provide a timeline. No, the revelations they have for the detectives are shocking.
He was very controlling of her. He didn't allow her to have no social media, nothing like that.
I remember back when her last Christmas, as a matter of fact, right? Christmas Eve, he beat her up so bad. At,
where was this at?
At the apartments off of
Balcony Heights, right?
Yeah, I-10, and the ring camera across the hall got everything. The cop was there by the time I got there. Gone. I mean, he was gone. They locked him up.
Apparently, this incident with her boyfriend and the father of her unborn child, Matthew, wasn't the only issue between them.
He's always been abusive to her, and I tell her I was in an abusive relationship with her dad, and I tell her constantly, you don't want to go through that. So that one time when he really hurt her, we called the cops and everything, and she still went back to him. As a matter of fact, as we speak now, he's not supposed to be there.
Right. I noticed that. That was something I was going to bring to y'all's attention. So I noticed there was a past arrest on September 27th for assault BI against Savannah, and I saw that there was condition of bonds, no contact, right? No communication, no harassment, something like that. I believe that's where, and that might have been an update on there, but that's what the record check showed. So with that, does that sound consistent?
Why? I haven't heard that he's heard her after that.
Would she purposefully conceal that information from you guys?
Yes.
So it's not uncommon for her to be assaulted and then not say anything.
On December 23rd, the local police department received a call about a missing person. So Matthew and Savannah weren't even supposed to be around each other, and now they've both gone missing. The detective has also spoken to Matt's. On December 23rd, the local police. So Matthew and Savannah weren't even supposed to be around each other, and now they've both gone missing. The detective has also spoken to Matt's father.
He didn't know about the conditions of bond, but he admitted, he said, yes, my son, I know he's gotten physical with her. And he tells her, he has told his son, Matt, hey man, you got to walk a fine line because you're all over the place. According to dad, he kicked him out at 18 because he was out of control. I think in this instance, right, as far as everything that we have so far, that I believe that Matt does have a part to play in this, right? Here's the problem that we're facing. What offense do we have? What concrete offense do we have? In other words, do we have somebody that witnessed an assault that took place that night? No. Do we have surveillance footage? Not yet. Right. So if that does come to light, that is concrete. I can tell you right now, if I get that information and I see him beating on her, I'm going to walk a warrant right then and there. And I'm going to broadcast it, everything else.
Without this evidence, they don't have the exigent circumstances they need to search the apartment in depth, especially because of something else they've now learned.
At that time, the person who kicked the door open was Matt's dad. He originally, and this is what he told me on the phone, and he told me he did that because he was trying to get a hold of Savannah and Matt. He was worried. Now, again, I asked him, would you normally do that?
Hold up, thanks for the jewels.
Again, it's not my job to start pointing fingers and saying, hey, that doesn't sound right or not. That doesn't add up. But according to him, he said, hey, listen, Savannah, we're supposed to deliver that baby. I guess the baby is Fabian. And, that didn't happen. He said, I want to know what happened to her. Is she okay? And so he kicked the door. There was some confusion because initially when all this started happening, there was talk about the door and, hey, was there some type of kidnapping, right? Was there some type of people getting tied up? Because normally when you have doors kicked in, right, people are trying to do burglary with intent to commit assault or theft, right? Home invasion kind of deals. But that wasn't the case.
With no sign of a struggle, not even the kicked-in door, the detectives have to consider that this missing persons case might be a domestic, and Matt is their prime suspect.
I know you mentioned that there was a gun or a rifle.
A big one it was like a big one that had little holes, black with little holes, like
Okay.
something like that.
Did it have? Was it like this long?
It was like this long, and I saw a stack of money like that was still there. Well, when we went back, their dad was there, and he was downstairs already by the time I got there. And when I walked in, the guns were gone, the money was gone, and I was like, who came in here? And then when I saw the cop there, he said, I know that they came in here, but he didn't tell me that y'all had the ones that was. I assumed it was his dad, because their dad is very scandalous.
And when did you see this
door?
The stack of money, the gun?
Saturday about 1 o'clock.
1 p.m.
Right, when my son went into the window.
And where was these items located?
The big gun was on the sofa. The little one was in the closet. And the money was on a little nightstand on top of the dresser, a little nightstand.
And you went in, why did you go in?
Because I wanted to make sure that maybe something happened or Savannah, something was going on in there because they were not answering. And it was weird because, like I said, she was so excited about the day. I mean,
what was the condition of the door at that point?
It was normal.
A gun and a stash of money is now missing from the apartment, and it was taken some time after Savannah's disappearance.
I spoke to the downstairs neighbors, and they too agreed, like, he was bad. They would hear my daughter yelling and screaming for help sometimes. And like I told the lady, why didn't you call the cops if you were scared to go up there, She just, she was scared,
Let me ask you this. I can really, speculate as to why, but I want your take on this. Why would Savannah stay with Matthew knowing that he's violent, he's already beat her up, assaulted her? In your opinion, why would she stay?
I don't know. I'm gonna...
I just feel like he was a narcissist. He knew how to manipulate her into believing things were gonna be great.
And then when he would hit her, he would do exactly what he
robbed her for innocence of a lot of things.
So no external factors. In other words, what I'm trying to say is she wasn't hooked on any drugs that he was using.
Never used. The only thing that she tried was marijuana.
And she didn't even like that.
She never done any drugs. Never.
But with Matthew as an alleged dealer, she was wrapped up in that world nonetheless.
Did Savannah ever mention anything like that? Just say, hey mom, just
I'm not dumb. That's what he was doing.
Yeah, but did Savannah ever say that?
She never actually told me. She knew that I knew, and she just kept it like that.
Like, in other words, saying anything that might have put her in danger. Hey, he's getting to a point to where he owes money.
Oh no, she never told me anything like that.
Matthew's a suspect, but they also have to consider that maybe his work has gotten them both in trouble. The kind of trouble that makes you disappear.
Vanna did say that she was gonna leave him after she had a baby, and I felt like because he didn't want that, he got possessive over her, and probably.
How many times has she tried to leave him before her?
She hasn't.
Never.
But I think she was already at the point that she just cared about
because of her baby. Her baby meant the world to her.
So, because my thing is, right, again, I go back to, why isn't he answering the phone? Why isn't he calling me?
Savannah's family leave the police department with more questions than answers. And when they do get those answers the very next day, they'll prove more tragic and more disturbing than they could have imagined.
We got to keep the family back while they do their work. Are the doors open? Sorry, maybe. SAPD. Should be an 18-year-old female, pregnant to term, and a 22-year-old male.
A local resident has spotted Matthew's car, a gray Kia, parked outside an apartment building on Danny K Drive, seemingly abandoned. They call Savannah's family, and Savannah's family call the police.
So I don't know how they got the tip, but we've been getting tips from all over the place. And so they got a tip. They started headed this way. I headed this way.
The officers search the car as Matthew's family also arrives. They've heard there might have been a break in the case, but it's the kind of break the officers dread making. Holding up a sheet to keep it private, they found the dead bodies of Matthew and Savannah.
Hi, this is Detective Alonzo with the Nevada Police Department. We have possibly a murder or suicide we're following up on. We just found a missing person's vehicle with 2 missing people inside. It's going to be obviously a homicide investigation, but I was told to notify the police officer to have a heads up for the some sort of rigor or sitting there.
The BNK, thank you.
It's kind of seemed like the body's been there for a couple of days. Appears to be gunshot.
Savannah is found in the front seat with a gunshot wound to the head. Matthew's in the back seat. It looks like he's been shot in the head too, or shot himself. At least that's the officer's initial theory, a murder-suicide, especially with everything Savannah's family told him. But that theory quickly goes awry. There's no sign of the murder weapon, and Matthew appears to have been dragged into the car after his death. He's an innocent victim after all. This is a double murder, and the killer is still at large.
Good afternoon. I'm Detective Goodwin, Jeremy Goodwin, with the San Antonio Police Department Homicide.
Detective Goodwin is called to the scene to investigate.
The steering wheel had apparent blood on it, as well as the center console. As I looked up, I'm kind of kneeling down, looking up towards the visor. I observed what appeared to be a bullet defect near the driver visor of that.
Savannah was likely shot inside the car, but Matthew may not have been.
The back left tire, the sidewall of the tire had what I believe to be blood on the sidewall of the tire, and then inside the rim there appeared to be apparent blood inside the rim. It appeared to me that someone that had been bloody was placed against the tire, and the vehicle was driven after the blood had been placed in.
Armed with these clues, the detectives then access local surveillance cameras overlooking the parking lot. At 11:59 p.m. on December 21st, a Chevrolet van is seen pulling in. The truck bed cover is at an angle, like there's something jamming it open. Then, Matthew's Kia is seen coming towards the truck.
So as a vehicle approached, another vehicle came, which appeared to be the victim's vehicle. It approached the truck with its lights off. The truck ends up turning its lights off as well. And then the driver of the truck gets out of the car and approaches the driver of the victim's vehicle.
The driver of the truck gets out, takes a white towel, and appears to wipe down the outside of the Kia door where he touched it.
He steps out. And when I observed that, it did not appear to be Matthew, as Matthew is very tall and lanky, and that individual did not appear to be that tall.
The drivers get back into the vehicle and drive behind the apartment building. 3.5 minutes later, the truck reappears.
You making observations about the truck at this point?
Yes, ma'am. The bed of the truck is no longer angled. Doesn't appear off-center, but like I said, it appears flat.
Matthew's a suspect, but they also have to consider that maybe his work has gotten them both in trouble. The kind of trouble that makes you disappear.
Vanna did say that she was going to leave him after she had the baby. And I felt like because he didn't want that, he got possessive over her. And
as though whatever was in the truck bed, perhaps Matthew's body, has been left behind. Detective Goodwin believes that at least one of the two men seen in this footage is the killer. But the truck's license plate is obscured in the footage, so he focuses on the victim's car instead. The Kia is seen leaving the apartment complex at 10:22 p.m. on December 21st. According to GPS data, it stopped at Charlie Chan Drive at 11:50 p.m. and stayed there for 4 minutes.
So I went to Google Earth just to see the intersection, see what was in the area. And when I did that, I noticed there was a truck that was very similar to the vehicle observed on 903 Danny K in the driveway of Charlie Chan. So I decided to research that address.
And what did you find for your research?
I found the residence of the location. The first one I found was Ramon Preciado.
Matthew's internet search history shows he searched Charlie Chan Drive that same day. That makes it likely it was Matthew who was driving before they got there. But as seen on CCTV, it wasn't Matthew who was driving just a few minutes after they left.
I was able to go to our driver's license database. I was able to view a photo of Ramon. And the listing on your DL has your height, your weight, and has a picture of you. He resembled the male observed getting out of the truck, very, very similar. Then I observed that he had a wife at the location, Murto Romanos. And then I checked the databases and found that they had a son, Christopher Preciado, who resided at the location. Christopher was the same age, or around the same age as Matthew and Savannah.
On January 3rd, detectives visit the Preciados' address, and both Ramon and Christopher come out to meet them in the front yard. The detectives are interested in the cameras on their property. That footage, if it had been recorded, might have shown Matthew and Savannah leaving the address alive, or it might have shown something far more disturbing. But apparently, it's only live. The detectives bring Ramon and Christopher to the police department for separate interviews. Christopher is 19 and a student, majoring in pharmacy, and when he's left alone in the interrogation room, he starts to behave strangely. He pulls his chair in without touching it with his fingertips, like he's afraid of leaving evidence behind.
My work's going to your body, right? So kind of a little bit, what he was talking about. So I kind of want to talk to you. You told me that I need to talk to you. Okay. So I got the 80 days where a couple people were doing. Okay. And obviously talking to your dad, he's broken me down that he helped. He took you up to the location.
Footage of Ramon's interview hasn't been released, but according to the affidavit, he admitted to driving his truck to Danny K Drive on the night of December 21st and identified himself as the driver seen on CCTV. He has also identified Christopher as the driver of Matthew's Kia. Christopher has nowhere to go without calling his father a liar, so he admits to contact with Matthew.
I texted, what's his name? I don't know his actual name. What's your Instagram? I deleted mine after the incident.
But this is a lie. His Instagram is still active.
So, why are you trying to get him? I tried to buy a little bit of weed. Also, that's perfect. I don't care something because he was posted pictures of guns and stuff, and that was something. I just feel I don't want to associate with that. Yeah, you just want to get your stuff calm down and go with your day, right?
According to Christopher, Matthew agreed to the drug deal that night. This matches with the Instagram messages the detectives found on Matthew's phone. He messaged an account under the name XXVII that day, quoting a price in cash. The account responded with Christopher's address on Charlie Chan Drive. At 11:49 p.m., Matthew messaged to say he was pulling up.
Where was he going to drop you at? To your house. Okay. And then, do you remember what time you arrived at your house? No. Okay. And then, what happened when you arrived at your house? When he arrived at my house, he was kind of agitated already with me. Like, he was like, man, I told you to be out here already. Like, why aren't you already out here waiting for me? And he was already agitated. He was like, come on, just get bro. Come on, hurry up. Let's do this. Just get out of here.
As though whatever, but there's a problem with this. Savannah was found with blood all down her right side, not her left.
So after he did that, he's like kind of panicking. He was like that to push her like that to see if she's like conscious, I guess. And then he's like turns it on me because I guess he realizes what's about happening. I was about to just watch, just gonna run. And as soon as I was about to reach for the door, he like faces towards me again, so I can like that. Okay. Like I pushed it with the setup like that way, like I did the first time with that. Okay. He went like that. Okay, so it came towards him. And it went off again? Or what happened? Because he was finger on the trigger the whole time. It went off again? Yes. It went off again. I didn't even see the jewels. Did he get shot? I assume so because he just stopped talking.
There were no drag marks on the car's entire console, and no blood on the front headrest where Matthew was supposedly sitting when he died.
This one right here, that's all the contact. Right, so you pushed it means that the gun was up against his head when he was shot. That's on the right side of his head. So if his head would have to be facing this way, looking this way, when his gun hits. He was looking at her the whole time. So how did you said he was looking at you and pointed at you? Well, he had pointed at me, and then he was like kind of going like that.
But Detective Goodwin can demonstrate that this can't be true.
So this way, right? So if I'm driving here, and he's looking this way, if he's pulling here, he'd have to break it, like basically bend it all the way here to get the angle that we're talking about up on here, right? So I'm bringing my arm back to try to get that angle. So doing that is going to be hard to get a contact shot at the angle of a through and through with a defect by the visor.
There are similar inconsistencies to the trajectory of Savannah's bullet wound.
They don't match up. The evidence, let you know, the evidence tells us a story. Okay? And what you're saying of pushing the weapon and things like that, it doesn't add up.
The detective leaves him there, convinced he's lying. And he is, about a lot of things. His home cameras do store recorded footage, and when the detectives get a hold of it, it throws everything into question. At 11:50 p.m., Christopher is seen heading out to meet Matthew's car. He's gone 2 minutes. Then he runs back into frame at 11:52, looking panicked. 30 seconds later, he hurries back to the car. Christopher claimed he didn't get out of the car at all. He also claimed he only called his dad for help, but his mom and his dad are both seen on the security cameras hurrying to get in the truck. His mom looks around for Matthew's car before she does.
As the suspect truck leaves, do you make any observations about the bed of the truck?
So when you look at the video, the bed of the truck as it's leaving, the driveway is flat and center on the defendant's dad's vehicle.
The truck bed is uneven when it arrives at the apartment complex 4 minutes later. Sometime in that 4 minutes, something large was stored inside it, maybe the size of a person. This evidence presents the detectives with a different version of events. Christopher lured Matthew to his home and killed him, and Savannah as well. But why? It's more CCTV that will lead the detectives to the answer. Matthew was seen on his apartment building's CCTV at 8:44 p.m. on December 21st.
I can observe some jewelry on his neck and what appears to be rings on his right hand.
No jewelry or rings were found on his body, and his wallet and Savannah's purse were also missing. In the course of the investigation, the detectives carried out a search warrant on Matthew and Savannah's apartment. At first, they didn't think they'd found anything of evidentiary value, but then they noticed something. When officers carried out a welfare check on December 23rd, there were purses on the wall in the master bedroom. When they came back on December 28th, those purses were gone. And let's not forget the missing gun and money mentioned by Savannah's family. Now, with their suspects identified, they get a warrant for the GPS history of Ramon's truck, and they discover that it traveled to the apartment complex on December 24th, the day after the welfare check. It's also seen on local CCTV. And so a potential motive begins to emerge. Christopher claims Matthew tried to rob him, but the detectives now believe it was the other way around, and it cost Matthew, Savannah, and their unborn son their lives. With them dead, Christopher ransacked their place for valuables. Christopher is charged with 3 counts of capital murder. His father is charged with abuse of a corpse for allegedly helping to cover it up, and Christopher's attorney directs blame towards his parents during the trial. The gun believed to be the murder weapon was found in his parents' closet. But in the end, Christopher was the one inside the Kia, and the one who pulled the trigger.
Count 1, capital murder of more than one person in the same criminal transaction. Verdict form: we, the jury, find the defendant Christopher Ray Preciado guilty of the offense of capital murder as charged in count 1.
He is sentenced to life in prison. At his hearing, the families made victim impact statements.
You took Matthew, and you took their unborn son. He didn't even have a chance to live. Not one day.
Matthew was my brother. He's my best friend. And I just want to say, you are a very stupid person, and I can't believe you and your common attorney wasted everybody's time. That pathetic excuse of self-defense. I hope wherever you go, they know who you are and what you did, and they treat you accordingly.
Christopher's father's trial was scheduled to start on May 11, 2026, but it has been canceled and not reset. All charges against his mother have been dismissed. But there's a problem.
No, I don't know how I feel about the mother getting away like that. I don't know about that one. But I appreciate y'all raining down on me and supporting the channel. Thank you so much. For everybody that's new here, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. And also, there's 2 streams. So if you want to see the video very big, we got a landscape version. If you're over there on the portrait version, that's how most of y'all come in. So if you click on the channel and go to the channel and pick the video that has the least amount of viewers on it, that's usually the landscape version, and then you can see everything real big, read the subtitles, that kind of thing. But I appreciate y'all rolling. I got another one. Let's keep it going.
6:47 p.m. Jacqueline Medina rushed home looking for her daughter, who had just missed the Christmas parade. Jacqueline searched the apartment, called people she knew, and checked everywhere she could think of. Then, at 6:55 p.m., she walked into the bathroom. Her screams echoed through the apartment walls. A neighbor heard them and pulled out her phone to record what was happening. Jacqueline had found her daughter lying in the bathtub.
Sheriff's office, location and emergency.
Please come to my house.
Okay, what's going on?
My daughter's dead. My daughter's dead.
Okay, ma'am. How old is your daughter?
She's 16. Please help.
Okay.
Oh my God. Oh my God, no.
The 911 call came in at 7 p.m. Within minutes, officers from the Edna Police Department arrived at the apartment.
Where's she at? Where's she at? Where's she at? Where's she at?
Move. Where's she at? Back here? Move.
Okay. 16-year-old Lisbeth Medina was in her t-shirt and shorts. She had been dead for some time. At that point, officers started securing the scene and preserving any evidence left behind.
I need you to come out here with us.
I can't. That's my baby.
I understand.
That's my baby.
We need to talk to you and find out what was going on.
Family members were gathering outside the apartment, and the officer quickly realized he needed help. Backup units were called in, and before long, the Texas Rangers joined the investigation.
You see that? You see that wound on her stomach?
That's a stab wound.
Yeah.
Right.
You see any knives or anything in there?
No, it's a homicide.
Yeah.
Investigators found a small stab wound on her stomach.
Detain everybody outside. Okay.
It's a homicide.
In handcuffs.
It's okay. It's a homicide. Yeah, it's a stab wound. 16-year-old female, approximate stab wounds to the chest. It's a homicide at this point.
Everyone except Jacqueline was moved outside and temporarily detained while detectives began processing the apartment. Their first interview would be with Lisbeth's mother.
Nobody was here?
Nobody was here.
Nobody at all?
No, I walked in and I looked in her room and I was yelling her name, like, Liz, where are you? And then I went in my room and I was sitting on the bed just calling their friends and calling people. And nobody could tell me. I called the coach and she said she hasn't seen her all day.
Jacqueline Medina called her coach because Lisbeth was a junior varsity cheerleader at Edna High School and was supposed to be participating in that day's Christmas parade. Jacqueline rushed home to change her shoes before heading back out to watch the parade. She waited along the route hoping to see her daughter pass by, but Lisbeth never showed up.
And I was like, okay, well, that doesn't seem like that's her. She would have called me if she was feeling sick. She would have texted me. She hadn't called or texted me all day. Her phone kept going to voicemail. And then I went into the restroom and I found her.
Jacqueline also confirmed that the clothes Lisbeth was wearing were the same clothes she had slept in the night before. Meanwhile, investigators discovered something troubling. Lisbeth had suffered multiple stab wounds.
Oh, hold on. Dang it. You gotta take more pictures. I got more stab wounds on her shirt. Her shirt's torn the hell up. A lot of stab wounds. And her shirt's completely torn up with stab wounds. And she's wet. Bottom part of the shower curtain is covered in blood, too. Is she on the shower curtain? She was not on the shower curtain. Shower curtain's hanging out. It's like she got rolled in the tub. There's constant smears from the top crease all the way down to where she lays.
At 6:47 p.m., Jacqueline Medina. With that many wounds, investigators expected to find blood throughout the apartment. Instead, nearly all of the blood evidence was concentrated inside the bathroom. To detectives, that didn't fit. It raised the possibility that Lisbeth had been attacked elsewhere in the apartment, moved into the tub afterward, and that the shower had been turned on to wash away evidence. That theory also explained why Jacqueline didn't immediately notice anything unusual when she came home. In fact, she hadn't returned alone. Lisbeth's two best friends, Johnny and Jocelyn, along with her boyfriend Derek, had come with her to help look for Lisbeth.
Yeah, the kids were out here.
They're already there?
Yeah, because I called them. I was like, I need to go find Liz because I can't find her. And they know where she's at all times. They have a 360 app. So I was like, we need to go find her. Oh. And they showed up.
At first glance, the scene looked like a burglary that had gone wrong. Investigators were still processing the apartment, but one detail stood out right away. Lisbeth's phone was missing.
See if you can get the boy, because we don't know where the phone's at, but we can at least get a last location of the phone on that 360.
Okay.
Outside, Lisbeth's friends struggled to process what had happened. Despite the emotions, they helped investigators piece together Lisbeth's final movements. One clue came from her phone's last known location. It wasn't her apartment.
All right. Her location's on there too. How do you see her location? It was 1017 today. It's County Road 406.
Appreciate the love, Joe.
Phone data revealed something unexpected. Lisbeth never made it to school that day. Instead, her phone placed her at a house on County Road 406, less than a mile away. The problem was, nobody knew why she would be there.
At 10:17 a.m., it shows her location on County Road 406, and it's not here. Okay.
Detectives had a lead they could actually follow. Now, they needed to see that location for themselves.
That was at 10:17 a.m. today. He messaged her at 7-something in the morning to no response. And he messaged her at 11:13 with no response, okay? So she's been here for a while. So that 10:17 mark on that 360 app, we need to go try to find it.
Yeah, I agree.
Officers headed straight to the address.
Police! Police!
I'm going in here. Watch. Right? Go.
Police! Hold the hallway. Open the door. Police! Hey.
The house was empty.
No
clearing. One more. Clear.
Investigators soon learned the property was listed for sale. That explained why nobody was there. It didn't explain where Lisbeth's phone had gone. The lead had gone cold. The next morning, detectives returned to Lisbeth's apartment complex looking for answers. This time, they focused on the neighbors. One woman said she heard something.
This area was very loud crash, almost like, I don't know if something was falling or what the sound actually was, but I assumed my very active child had knocked something over in the house. So I jumped up out of the bed. I ran through my house to see nothing had been disturbed in my house. On my way back into my bedroom, I heard another crash in the same area.
She remembered hearing 2 loud crashes coming from the bathroom area below. When she stopped to listen, she heard something else.
I heard the shower in the master bedroom.
How long would you say the shower was on?
Maybe about 15, no more than 20 minutes, because I then got up and showered myself.
If she could hear the water, investigators wondered what else might have been heard.
I did not hear any screaming. My dog, as you see, he's super alert. He didn't do any random barking. Like, he hears the slightest dogs walking through, he normally goes off.
Detectives asked her, what time did she hear it?
10 in the morning and noon. And I want to say it was closer to 10 and 11 because...
If that's true, Lisbeth may have been killed around 10 a.m. It narrowed the window investigators had been searching for. On December 7th, detectives followed another lead. A nearby resident had surveillance cameras that may have captured someone leaving Lisbeth's apartment.
It's censored. It's motion censored. So like when he's running across, it grabs him and it follows him all the way to the car.
The footage showed a man running from the building at 10:16 a.m. He then got into a silver Ford Taurus and drove away. The timing immediately caught investigators' attention. Detectives showed the image to Jacqueline Medina. She didn't recognize him. Detectives then sat down with Jacqueline and began rebuilding the day's timeline minute by minute.
Put something on quick and then run back over to be hurry. That's exactly what I did. I just left the door. And when I got home, I had seen her car, which was awkward because usually she would take to school. And since it had been making noise, we waited until the last 12 went by. And I said she didn't show up. And the kids, which was Jocelyn, Johnny, and Derek, were across from me.
It was a quick stop at the house, but still, she noticed something that seemed unusual. At the time, she didn't think much of it. She assumed someone may have given Lisbeth a ride to the parade. So she left and hurried to the event.
So I decided to drive back to the house. So I decided to, Johnny called me the house. And Johnny called me when I was on my way to the house, and he said, where's Liz? Tell me she wasn't going to be in it. But since she was sick before, the day before, I said maybe she felt sick and didn't feel like participating. But then again, she really told my mom to stay home. But since she was sick before, the day before, I said maybe she felt sick. At that point, I made her didn't feel like participating. Thinking, all kind of again, she would told my mom to shake her off, or did she not tell me she was going to do something, or did she get really sick and now she's not hospital?
Jacqueline rushed back home. Behind her, Lisbeth's friends followed in a separate vehicle. Everyone was trying to find her.
And I said, Lizzo. I went to my room, and I sat in the bed for a little bit just thinking who I call. And I remember I had her coach's number, so I called Coach. And she said, Johnny, I can't find her. Like, I need to find her. Do you know anything? And he said, no, but we'll help you find her. So they made their way to my house.
Before any of Lisbeth's friends could make it inside, Jacqueline walked into the bathroom.
I can't find Liz. And he said, what do you mean? She's probably just there, just relax. Like, you're getting crazy for no reason. And I said, no, I can't find her. And that's when I walked into the restroom, saw her foot sticking out, and then I opened the curtain and she was in the bathtub. And at that point, I thought something stupid. I thought she had hurt herself or something.
At first, she hoped there was still something she could do. But then, she realized she was long gone. The apartment door wasn't locked. Only Jacqueline had a key. And in an earlier interview, she had stressed that she always kept the door secured after being robbed in the past.
You got here, was the door locked?
No, it wasn't locked. It wasn't locked because I just walked right in.
Is that uncommon for it to be unlocked, or do you always have it locked?
I always have it locked since they've robbed us.
How long ago did it go?
A couple of weeks ago. They robbed us. They took my watch. They took a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know if maybe that's what they were trying to do when they came in, or I don't know.
Investigators were already considering the possibility of a burglary gone wrong, and this immediately caught their attention.
Okay, how long ago was that?
A couple weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago.
Do you know the people who were involved? Can you identify them?
No, I don't know anybody because we weren't here with
Okay.
Nothing valuable appeared to be missing. Whoever entered the apartment seemed only interested in small, inexpensive items.
But there was just petty taken. They didn't take the TV. They took a projector. They took my watch. They took just petty.
Okay.
For the next 4 days, detectives interviewed friends, relatives, classmates, and anyone connected to Lisbeth Medina. They were searching for 2 things: the reason and the person.
Okay. Your friends?
Yes.
Did you know her really well? Like her
Yes.
friends and her dating relationships? Anybody that you suspected that would have committed the murder?
No.
Okay. Who's she dating at the time?
Well, thing is, I knew her and Joshua Jimenez. He's from Victoria. They had broken up maybe. And then Joshua was like best friends with Derek, and Derek was the boy she was talking to before she passed away.
Could the answer be hidden somewhere in her relationships?
Was he ever abusive?
Maybe verbally abusive, but not physically abusive.
There was a BB gun inside the room.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yes,
airsoft gun?
Yeah.
BB gun? Okay.
So, detectives turned their attention to something else. The hoodie worn by the man seen on surveillance footage.
Would you ask him if he has this shirt right here?
With that logo?
Oh, no. No?
He said no.
While that conversation continued, another officer found a phone in Leonardo's room. They called in the 16-year-old brother.
Which one is it?
This one right here.
Where'd this phone come from?
No, that's my old phone.
That's your phone?
Yeah,
How long have you had it?
2 years.
2 years? Does it work?
Yeah.
So, is that the phone you use? You call people with?
No, that's my phone.
Okay.
That's just coming for games.
That one's just for games?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just found it.
You just found it?
Yeah.
Where'd you find it at?
My brother gave it to me.
Okay.
It's like a long time ago.
What's your name?
Leo.
Leo? Okay, when did your brother give you that phone?
Today.
Today?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you been texting people?
No.
No? You sure?
Raphael voluntarily agreed to provide a DNA sample and accompany investigators for a formal interview. Raphael was transported to the station. Meanwhile, another team stayed behind and continued searching the house. Then came another discovery. A hoodie matching the one seen on surveillance footage.
And it's like a brown logo, so I can see why he's wearing those brown shoes with bleach on it.
A background check added another piece to the puzzle. A year earlier, Raphael had been arrested for burglarizing a building. Investigators immediately took notice. Lisbeth's apartment had been burglarized just weeks before her murder. The connection was hard to ignore.
Because this is from a previous burglary on November the 13th. We have the box in our office, or at least one box.
Then they found what they had been looking for, hidden inside his closet.
That's it.
That's it?
This one's over here.
That one?
Picture. Picture of it. Yeah, right here. And the case is at the case. Take a picture and send it to.
It was Lisbeth's actual phone. Detectives now believed Raphael had removed the SIM card from her device and placed it into another phone before giving it to his younger brother.
Dark
The search wasn't over. Investigators uncovered a hidden stash concealed deep inside a floor vent.
It's the personal.
Something back in here. Milk bag.
It's a clothes bag.
By this point, the evidence was beginning to stack up. The more they searched, the more items they found linking Rafael Romero to Lisbeth Medina's murder.
There's a camera.
Yeah, that probably belongs to a victim.
While investigators continued searching Raphael's house, another team sat down with him at the station.
Brad Johnson, Texas Ranger, in the room with Shane Staley, Texas Ranger, as well as Rafael Romero, and Sheriff Deputy Herman Romero with the Fake Sheriff's Office.
Raphael wanted to clear his name, so he agreed to keep talking. For now, he appeared willing to cooperate.
No.
No? Do you ever drive to Edna? Do you go there, to the town?
One time.
One time? When was that?
About 3 weeks ago.
Hey, Raphael, did something happen this week that you need to tell us about? You sure? Nothing happened that you feel like you need to tell us about it?
Seguro. Sí. Que no hay nada que pasó.
Investigators put Lisbeth's phone record in front of them.
Do you see it?
¿Sí lo miras?
Sí, ¿huh? I know who that phone number belongs to.
Él sabe de quién la persona es de ese número.
And that's why we're here talking to you.
Y por eso estamos aquí hablando con usted.
And your brother said that you gave him the phone and that this SIM card in the phone you put in it. That's why we're here to talk to you. Because you were in Edna earlier this week. And I know you were in Edna earlier this week. That you know about this SIM card, then we can start moving forward. Because you got this card somewhere.
He said that he was cleaning up the house and he found the phone and
Okay.
it was dead and he gave it to his friend.
I know you're lying. That's not right. Okay? I know you were in Edna earlier this week. Okay? People saw you in your gray car in Edna. Is that your shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's your shirt, isn't it? Okay? They saw you in that shirt.
La persona te miró en esa camisa. He said he doesn't use that shirt right now.
Okay?
He said he didn't go this week. He went about 2-3 weeks ago.
I believe you went 2 or 3 weeks ago, too. I think that's right. You went 2 or 3 weeks ago. Huh?
Projector headphones.
So you went 2 or 3 weeks ago to Edna, and you went to an apartment complex in Edna. No?
There was a BB gun inside the room.
Oh, okay, all right. That's
airsoft gun?
yeah.
BB gun? Okay.
So, sitting outside one of the interview rooms was Derek Lugaro. The Rangers wanted to speak with him again. Not because he was a suspect, because of something that had just happened on his phone. 4 days after Lisbeth's murder, Derek received a response to messages he had sent to her phone.
I said, Liz, I miss you. And it said, not me. I was like, and then right after I said, not me, I called her, and they were all like, record, right? Let me restart it for you.
Someone had picked up Lisbeth's phone, and someone was answering her messages.
Hello? Yeah. Who is this?
Derek recorded it and played it back for investigators.
Hello? Yeah. Who is this? Somebody answered. And then my dad called me right after, and they hung up. Okay. Yeah, you're good.
Turns out, Derek wasn't the only person receiving replies.
What time did you text?
Today? I texted her at 6:16, and they responded back at 6:17 with okay.
The person using the phone had stopped responding to Derek.
You say, like, yeah, what's up? What are you doing? However that
It'll be like, wait, you want to go to the gym?
Yeah, today I went to the gym partner.
When the message went unanswered, they decided to place a call.
Yeah, you want me to try to call her?
If it doesn't answer,
What did she say?
she's calling you right now.
No, call her. Lisbeth, let's go to the gym.
It's activated.
The phone was still active. Whoever stole it hadn't thrown it away. Investigators quickly pinged the device and got a location. The signal led them to Schulenburg, Texas, about an hour away. A task force was assembled and headed there that same day. When officers arrived, they spotted a silver Ford Taurus sitting outside the house. It looked just like the car captured on surveillance footage. They ran the license plate. The vehicle came back to 23-year-old Rafael Romero. Investigators knocked on the door. Rafael's father answered.
Tito, hey, what happened? Is your son here? My son? Yeah, Rafael and Leonardo is my sons.
Is he here?
Yeah, both is here.
Both are here? Can I talk to him?
Sure.
Okay.
Can we come with you?
Sure.
Okay, gracias.
Inside the home were 5 residents. Rafael's father, his mother, 2 sons, and a daughter. Rafael was the oldest of the children.
Yes, sir.
Rafael?
Yes, sir.
Hey, how are you?
Okay. Can we turn this light on, sir? Anybody else here?
My wife, and my daughter, and my other son.
Okay, your other son? What's his name?
Leonardo.
Leonardo?
Yeah, Leonardo.
Okay. Hey, you want to have a seat here? We just want to talk to you for a few minutes. You're not under arrest, but would you come down to the police department and talk to us?
Okay, the other thing we're looking for some evidence, some property that came from somebody's house. And one of the things is a cell phone. Would he be willing to let us look around and search his room for that object?
Yeah.
Yes, good. Okay. Do you have a cell phone? You have that one?
Yeah.
Okay, he's got that one and an older one for a long time?
Which room is yours? Okay, back right.
Is it okay if they go in there and look for that other phone? Yes, it's okay? Okay, thank you. Do y'all work?
This is right.
So far, Rafael had been cooperative. Officers began searching his room.
Put on gloves before we touch your phone.
The phone signal had brought investigators to this address, but now they could no longer call Lisbeth's number.
No, it's jammed.
I just tried calling it. Oh, it's jammed.
Yeah, technically jamming it right now.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if we tried calling it, we could find it if they unjam it.
It's in here now.
Before moving in, investigators had shut down nearby cellular signals to prevent anyone from destroying evidence remotely.
Did y'all find that other phone yet, Chief?
Where they had it jammed. Too bad. I had to let it go. He's going to call it again.
Okay.
The first search moved quickly. No phone. No obvious evidence. Nothing in Rafael's room connected directly to Lisbeth. So investigators expanded the search.
Yeah, he gave his consent to look in there a while ago. The dad did. Just double check that and make sure, but he said we could look in there a while ago.
Do you have anything illegal in your room that you shouldn't have? No? Okay. Is it okay if they go in there?
Oh, yeah.
They're looking for his phone, I guess, so
Yeah,
that's okay?
The search moved to the next room that belonged to Leonardo, Rafael's younger brother. While officers searched, another investigator continued talking with Rafael.
Do you have anything illegal in here?
No.
No drugos? No pistolas?
Sitting. By then, detectives had already recovered stolen headphones and a projector from his room. Those items had been taken during the burglary at Lisbeth's apartment 3 weeks before her murder.
That's yours? Okay. That came from an apartment in Edna.
Eso vino de un apartamento allá en Edna.
No.
They got your picture.
Ese lo tenía antes de comprar mi tele, usaba ese.
He said before he got his TV, that's what he used.
Raphael denied everything. So, detectives started laying out the evidence piece by piece.
¿Te parece a ti?
It looks like you, doesn't it? Huh? That doesn't look like you? Here, let me zoom in. And we found that shirt in your closet, right?
Y hallaron esa camisa en el
I just showed you that shirt, right? How about this? It look like you?
Tenemos más fotos. Okay, es tuyo. De tu carro.
Oh, at the apartment complex.
Ahí en el apartamento.
So can we move forward? Can we stop lying?
You were at the apartment.
Di la verdad.
That's you. Your car's at the apartment. I'm not going to show you all the pictures, but there's more pictures of your car.
No te voy a enseñar todas las fotos, pero...
So, while we're here talking, the only way you can help yourself is to tell the truth. The whole truth. Don't leave parts out.
Eventually, the evidence became impossible to explain away. Raphael stopped denying that he had been there. He admitted he was at the apartment complex, but that was as far as he was willing to go.
Okay. He said he went there to try to find work.
Today?
To work on the remodeling of the...
So you were at the apartments? Where this was at? That picture I showed you, that's you at those apartments, right?
Yes.
See? That is. Okay. Thank you.
He couldn't remember.
I couldn't remember. Did you talk to anybody there about work? No?
He was looking around, he couldn't find anyone.
Okay. Why did you run leaving? Why are you running?
Bueno, hice ni al baño. Necesitaba ir al baño.
You need to use the restroom.
Oh, okay.
Raphael already knew why he was sitting in that interview room. Still, nearly 90 minutes into the questioning, detectives finally reveal the real reason why he's here.
No? You sure?
Sure.
I'm going to ask you one time.
Sure.
You don't know that girl? Okay. That girl, that's her SIM card that you put in that phone. And she lives in that apartment. Now, I don't think you wanted anything to happen to her.
Raphael insisted he never entered the apartment. According to him, he had only been in the area looking for work.
This was inside.
That's that's her phone. That's her SIM card from her phone.
At this stage, detectives weren't chasing a confession. The physical evidence was already strong. What they really wanted was an answer to one question. Why?
I know you're scared. You don't know what's going to happen to you. I don't think you wanted to do that to that girl. That's not what you went there for, was it?
After hours of pressure, he finally broke and confessed.
He said he went over there to go buy some drugs. He doesn't remember clearly on everything what happened.
He went inside. He went inside.
He said he went to the apartment. He knocked on the door and asked where he can buy drugs. He said when he knocked on the door and he was talking to her, he was outside for a minute, then he's inside the apartment, and he asked if she spoke Spanish, and she said no. So he asked if they sold drugs, and she also said no to that question as well.
Okay.
Why did he go inside?
So it's just him and her in the house, in the apartment?
Y nomás es tú y ella dentro del apartamento? Yeah, it was just them two because the other guy left. He said that he thought she was very pretty. He told her and he wanted to get her phone number, and she said no. And he got very angry, and he's not sure what happened after that.
You went to the house. She answered the door. You asked to buy some drugs. She said no. She didn't sell any drugs. But you went inside the house. You said she looked pretty, and you said she looked pretty, but she wasn't interested in you, and you got angry.
Good. He said that's what happened, but after that part, I'm not quite sure what happened after that.
Okay. Hey, Raphael, the only way you're going to feel better about it all is tell us everything. And I think there's some parts that you do remember. You just don't want to remember it. You don't want to tell us about it.
By then, detectives had already recovered stolen headphones and a projector from his room. Those items had been taken during the... He admitted entering the apartment while Lisbeth was home alone. He admitted she rejected him, and he admitted that rejection sent him into a rage. After that, he claimed his memory went blank.
All I remember is getting angry.
No sé por qué lo hice.
I don't know why I did it. Because I killed her.
Raphael acknowledged killing Lisbeth, but even then, he refused to explain exactly what happened inside that apartment. Raphael was willing to accept responsibility for the murder. With the murder confession secured, investigators arrested him. Detectives also recovered Raphael's journal. After translating it, they found entries that revealed a pattern. The journal described his habit of stealing women's underwear. Detectives had taken Raphael back to Lisbeth's apartment. They hoped returning him to the scene might trigger details he claimed he couldn't remember.
Did you knock on this door? Okay. How many times did you knock? Good times. Okay, then what happened?
Inside the apartment, Raphael repeated the same story. He said everything disappeared from his memory after Lisbeth rejected him. Investigators then brought him into the bathroom.
This is where Lisbeth was lying dead.
estaba Elizabeth muerta. He said he just he remembers her being laying in the tub with the water on.
In the end, Raphael confessed he had burglarized Lisbeth's apartment on November 13th. Then, on December 5th, he returned. According to his own statement, he went back looking for more underwear to steal. Instead, he encountered Lisbeth Medina, and her life ended that morning. This case started like any other ordinary day, a mother expecting to see her daughter. Then, in a matter of hours, everything changed. For Lisbeth's family, there's no explanation that could undo what happened inside that apartment. No confession could give them back the future they expected to have with her. But after nearly 2 years of investigation, they finally got an answer. In September 2025, Rafael Romero pleaded guilty to the murder of Lisbeth Medina, aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon, and burglary of a habitation. The court sentenced him to 2 life sentences, plus an additional 20 years. For the rest of his life, he will live with the consequences of what happened on December 5th, 2023.
Oh, my bad. I had to mute on. My bad. Thank you. Which one was the worst crime, man? I need to know from y'all. Some of y'all been rolling since the first crime. Which one do y'all think was the worst? Because I think it was old girl, the trans girl who got rid of her mom and her mom's boyfriend. That was sinister. I think that was the most. This was pretty wild too. You know what's scary about this one though? I might even have to give it to this one simply because like that's the scariest thing that could happen. Some random person just come into your crib and do you like that? Especially to be a woman. Thank you, Ashley. Y'all say the trans one? I don't know. It's between this one and the trans one because I don't know. It's like, what's scarier? Getting done in by somebody you know or getting done in by somebody totally random? Because that was like a totally random one, right? But then, okay, it's scary to be done by somebody random. It's even triple dog double scary to be done in by somebody you live with. You say this one? Yeah, man. I don't know. Well, listen, man, it's over 3,000 people between all the 3 channels. Shout out to Jay Lava's channel. Shout out to Keep It P podcast channel. Shout out to Keep It P Raw. I know y'all come in on that portrait scrolling on them reels. So I'm glad I caught you. I'm glad you stayed. Now, seal the deal with a subscribe, with a like, and the bell for notifications so that you know every night when I get ready to do this. We do this at night. And shout out to the chat tonight. Wasn't too many fools talking no BS. I love it when we have a nice, just crime-free chat. I seen some people try to make it political, but y'all ignored them. Shouts out to y'all. Shouts out to y'all. Welcome, Crystal. Welcome, Crystal. Welcome, Crystal. Yes. Johnny, welcome, y'all. Welcome y'all to the new family members. Matter of fact, listen, y'all in for a treat since there's so many people. I usually do this on the Keep It P podcast, but I'm going to go ahead and set it off one time for tonight. Can we get a roll call? To see who's in here tonight on some crime tip? I got a special roll call song. This is your opportunity to say the city, state, or country where you from. Before y'all leave, hold on real quick. Let's do this roll call. This the roll call music, y'all. I want to see where y'all at. I should have thousands of people telling me where y'all from. Come on. Yo, AZ up in here. New York up in here. Hey, New Jersey up in here. United Kingdom up in here. We got Atlanta, Georgia up in here. Hey, come on. We got England in here. We got Phoenix, Arizona up in here. We got Inglewood, Michigan, Louisiana, Lake Charles, Louisiana, Tucson, Arizona. Hey, we got the land. We got Alabama. We got Miami 303. We got Salt Lake City, Utah. We got San Diego, California. The UK is definitely up in here. We got Pasadena, California, Texas, Boston, Massachusetts, South Jersey, Greensboro, North Carolina, Sterling, Alaska, Las Vegas, baby, 310. Birmingham, UK, Hartford, California. Hey, Craig in the house all the way from Orlando. We got Florida. We got Folsom, California. We got South Carolina. We got California, Miami, Michigan, Minnesota, ATL, Texas, howdy. Woo! We got Germany in this thing, Connecticut. We got Banff, Alberta, shout out to Canada, Wichita, Kansas, Hungerstown, Maryland, Texarkana, Arkansas, LaForte, the DMV, Louisiana, Denver, Colorado, Ohio, what up, from Bay City, Michigan, Queensbridge, Oregon, hey, England, Altadena, DC, hey, Marietta, Georgia, Hartford, California, come on, Florida, Gulfport, Biloxi, Mississippi, Baltimore, Maryland, Germany, Wichita, Kansas, Baltimore, Hattersfield, England, Jacksonville, Florida, Clarksville, Tennessee, Alabama, Bay Area, Irvine, California, Toronto, Canada, Vineland, New Jersey, St. Louis, Oregon, Connecticut, Detroit, what up, though? Denver, Sydney, Australia, Marietta, Georgia, Wichita, Kansas, Sacramento, California, Ocean Springs in this joint. Shout out, Justice for Nolan. We got England in here again, Clarksville, Tennessee, San Francisco, California, Athens, Pennsylvania. So many names, I guess I gotta keep the music rolling. We got Dublin, Ireland up in here, Florida, NE, Ocala, Montana, woo, we thick. Sweetheart, Texas, Louisville, Kentucky, North Korea. Nah, North Korea, don't get executed, but welcome. New Orleans, Louisiana, Ackworth, Georgia, Scotland, Vineland, New Jersey, Brighton, England, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Scotty in here, Auckland, New Zealand, Brightmo, Michigan, Ashtabula, Ohio, Vallejo, Irvine, Lebanon, Indiana, New Zealand, Carluke, Scotland, Hawaii, hey, Lake Charles, Louisiana, Louisville, Kentucky, Austin, Texas, hey, Syracuse, Mississippi, McMinnville, Tennessee, Cape Town, South Africa, Brownsville, Brooklyn, New York, Strong Island, Vermont. Hey, we even got New Zealand in this thing. Lava got Koreans taking risks, baby. Oklahoma City, Belize, Newcastle, Mike Hawk, Ohio, Georgetown, South Carolina, Tucson, Arizona, Cape Cod. Yee! Yes, sir. New Zealand in the thing. Edinburgh. Scotland on a Saturday morning. Hey! Virginia Beach. Virginia Beach. I appreciate y'all showing the love. Keeping P Podcast is definitely a global show. Fishkill, New York in here. Dublin, Ireland in here. Bubbling in Dublin. Hey. Newport, Rhode Island. We done touched all 50 states. Compton. This nigga said Uranus. You ain't say Uranus, fam. We ain't intergalactical, is we? So yeah, all of y'all that's in here who stuck around, we had a bunch. Maybe they couldn't, maybe they too uptight and couldn't, sometimes you need a release after all the crime, all of that bad evil spirits. That's how you cleanse the evil spirits. You come through with a little of that. What's that? This nigga keep trying to get me say D's nuts, Germany. You're not even clever enough. Like I can't understand what D's nuts is. Come on, man. Oklahoma up in here. We got Cayenne, the hot pepper lady. Shout out to all my members and mods. I see y'all working hard. Shout out to all my members. You better thank a Keep It P Podcast member. I encourage all of y'all to become members as well and support podcasts that be putting out bomb content like myself. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the Jews. Austin, Texas, I still see you, baby, baby. You know what I'm talking about? So tomorrow, since I'm getting to bed early tonight, I'm going to try to do an early stream tomorrow, a little earlier than like maybe my 3 or 5 o'clock stream. So I might do some early morning crime. I know we got some interviews and all of that to get through tomorrow. And yeah, man, I appreciate y'all rolling with me. Chris, you the best, Chris. Thank you, fam. You stay in my corner, fam. I appreciate that, broski. Hey, thanks for the jewels. I appreciate you. Hey, well, drop a super chat. George, I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Bless me. You know what I'm saying? Put the blessings on me, boy. Is what I'm trying to tell you. Don't make the old man come out now. Anyway. Any special requests or anything before I go? Because sometimes I don't be wanting to jump off stream, man. The love be just so much, man. I don't be wanting to jump off stream. James, man, thanks for the jewels, broski. I appreciate that. Bro Hamburger. I appreciate that. Matter of fact, I didn't hit the super chat goal, but if I get, let's say, a couple super chats or something, we can go ahead and do another hour. Y'all want another hour, man? I got a couple other stories, man. This is for y'all. I'm the people's. I'm the Keep It P podcast. The P is for the people. George, thanks for the sub, buddy. Nikki, I see you. Jerry, thanks for coming through. I appreciate you. Rombo, I see you. He's like, one more. Go ahead, keep the party rolling now. It's all love. I appreciate you, Joe. Joseph, yep, I seen you. Stephanie, I see you. I see you in there with the little request now. Y'all got some requests on your chest, there, boy. Y'all trying to get a little more crime in your system now, boy. Huh? That what you're trying to do? You a sub if I do? Oh, no. That's a challenge. Don't threaten me with a good time, boy. Yeah, this what I do at night. I be up at I slept. I was up late last night. How long was the stream last night? How long was the stream last night? Like 5 hours or something like that. 2, 3, 4 hours. I don't know. Folsom, I appreciate you joining the fam. That's right. All right, man. You know, yeah. Trying to twist my arm is what y'all trying to do. You're trying to put the twist on my arm bracket now. I don't know if I can handle that. Let me see what we got here. Say, mom don't realize everything was caught on the cameras.
Officer De Silva had already cleared the call and was back in his car. It was then the radio traffic suddenly changed everything.
Aliens, possible shots fired in the area of the Home Depot.
For the Jews.
Back it's going to be 5309 North Davis Highway, 5309 North Davis, Trust Brent and Fontaine, receiving multiple calls.
Multiple 911 calls were now flooding in from the Home Depot on North Davis Highway. Someone had just fired a weapon inside the Home Depot in aisle 52.
Damn.
5 to 6 shots inside, possibly near aisle 3, possibly a victim on the floor in aisle 52.
With the possibility of an active mass shooter, several units were immediately attached to the call. Senior Deputy Sheriff Shelley was the first to arrive.
17497. Multiple people outside confirming shooting down by the garden center.
The suspect was already gone.
Is there any victims I need? There's a victim down.
Now came the split-second decision every first responder dreads. Go after the suspect or stop and help the victim.
I'm heading in. I got a victim on 52. 52.
He ran out. She's gone.
174 confirmed signal 7.
There's multiple shells.
Yep, we're just... Yeah, because we got casings. Don't kick them, please.
In aisle 52, a teenage black female was lying face down and unresponsive. She had been shot multiple times. Around her, at least 7 spent shell casings were scattered across the floor.
Let's not pick any of them up. Yeah, let's not even mark them. Let's...
I mean, there may be shells up in the stall. He was
so,
if we keep the shit out of this.
No, we're okay. At that point, we're good.
As Shelley started locking down the scene, more officers rushed into the store.
No, we're okay. At that point, we're good. That's good, Ace? Yeah. Hey, let's clear on out here. Yeah.
On the floor nearby was a walkie-talkie, something 67-year-old employee Jeff Roberts tried to grab.
Okay, don't touch. It's not yours, is it?
Well, I didn't know if it was. No, I think it was hers.
Okay.
Oh no, hers is in her back.
That's all right.
Hers is in her back.
Yep. I heard it in there. I didn't hear Home Depot. Oh, I heard Home Depot. I just missed him. Or still in the parking lot. They run out, yeah.
From the looks of the scene, the suspect had emptied the magazine and fled. Armed and still unaccounted for, he could be anywhere. More units were called in. The priority now was to clear the entire building.
Everybody needs to get out. 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 Everybody needs to get out of the store. Everybody needs to get out of the store. No, but Johnny starts at that one. So it's confirmed he left the store.
Left the store. That's
okay.
Back in aisle 52, the violence of what had just happened was hard to ignore, but the officers had no time to dwell on it. The scene had to be secured, and the store had to be cleared.
Hey, have we cleared the entire store yet?
No, but let's get a manager and get everybody out of the store. Yeah, let's get everybody out. You got this? Yeah, I got this. They said they went around. Yeah, but we're gonna work. Yeah.
Just don't let anybody else.
Steve, out. We're close. I work here. Okay, very good. We're gonna need that. Can you get on that right? We're gonna grab the video. Can you get on that right away? Yeah.
CCTV would help piece it together, but that would have to wait. Right now, every civilian still inside needs to get out.
No. Out. Did you see where he went? He did. You have to stay out, right? You have to stay out. Okay.
Officers began taking positions.
We've already got an entry team. We're clearing building out. Have everybody hold their position.
They moved aisle by aisle, weapons up, clearing the store section by section.
They said something aisle 3, didn't they? Must be right outside.
The way in the lighting section, yeah, he's down. There's that one down, yeah.
Oh, I can have the guard sign.
Then, suddenly, an alarm started going off from the back of the building. This alarm likely meant someone had just gone through the rear exit.
Uh-oh, hot on the trail.
Units were immediately redirected to check the back door from outside. Two officers broke off and ran toward the rear exit, hoping to intercept the suspect.
That way! Y'all see where he went?
There was a girl maybe behind us, but that door locks automatically. So I don't know if there's somebody in there that got shot.
Okay.
If he wasn't outside, that meant one thing. He could still be somewhere inside the store.
On you. Go. All right. All right, we're up. Come on, yeah. Hold on. All right, we're good. Go.
Hey. Are there people inside Home Depot currently clearing it?
So we don't know the suspects left yet, right?
From a lot of people that have
Let's hold these doors and clear this. So 2 people on these doors and other 2 will go through this area here.
Officer Meeks took charge of the search at the garden center, but he still wasn't sure whether the suspect had escaped or was still hiding somewhere on the property.
2 or 3, we're on the outside in the garden center. We have not confirmed that the suspect's Canadian. Is that correct? Because we're being told different things. One of y'all hold this right over here. We haven't cleared this yet. So we're going to start clearing this one by one. We start with clearing the outdoor garden center. We have not cleared this yet. So we got 2 people on the back door or the side doors coming to the garden center itself. Can you get this? We're gonna get all these rows first, then we'll move up. Bo, you come here. To the front door. Start moving up. Yep, go ahead.
It was a difficult situation. Officers needed the store empty, but at the same time, they had to bring an employee back in to help access the surveillance footage. The employee pulled the footage and stepped right back out.
There's a number of people this way to your right. Just hang out with that. Let's round back again.
The review was quick but critical. The suspect had run out through the main entrance. He was no longer inside.
In the video, it's going to be a black male, short hair, blue jacket, khaki pants, black shoes. The fight is early 20s. Went out the main entrance.
The footage showed a black male entering through the front doors. He walked down the aisle, turned left into aisle 52, and seconds later, people began running out. Then, the same man was seen sprinting back toward the entrance he had come through.
What are you doing in here?
Go back here. We cleared the garden.
SWAT's doing that.
We're told to go back out since SWAT's doing it.
The suspect was seen running out in the CCTV footage. SWAT was brought in to fully clear the building.
I don't know. We went in there and they told us to get out. Because SWAT's supposed to be clearing it now, so I have no idea.
While SWAT handled the issue, Officer Meeks focused on the outside.
If we haven't secured this parking lot yet, we have no idea if the suspect's still in the parking lot. We got witnesses, we got a whole bunch of people on the parking lot. We have not made sure all that.
Now, the parking lot needed to be cleared, and witnesses needed to be found fast.
Hey! Everybody move this way! This way, my man. Yeah. If y'all will head towards the center of the parking lot, back that way. Do it?
Our parking lot or the other parking lot?
Your parking lot. Just back that way between your store and the car wash.
That's when officers learned there was another gunshot victim.
She's got what? Bullet wound in her back. Okay. The young lady.
That's Tiana Thomas. She was working in the same aisle 52. When the shots rang out, she turned and ran toward the garden center. As she reached the end of the aisle, a bullet struck her in the back.
Yeah, that's a strike. That's a strike. Stay right here. We'll get somebody to come look at you.
She was taken to Sacred Heart Hospital, where doctors confirmed it was a grazing wound. Tiana Thomas was very lucky. Then, 62-year-old Thomas Villeneuve came forward. He told Officer McCracken he had been sitting in his truck when he saw the suspect running toward him.
What happened?
Okay.
What you got?
That's my truck right there. I see my truck. I just loaded up outside the truck. I saw the guy run around the corner. He had on a blue jacket, black male, 25 to 30, 6'1", slim build. He had a Glock 19 in this hand running. And when I saw the Glock, I'm like, oh shit.
So black male around in his 20s, 6'1", Glock 19.
Mostly blue with white stripes on the sweat jacket, workout jacket, zip up the front workout jacket. I think he got in a black Cadillac SRX. I think he got in a Cadillac SRX. I almost hit him.
13
I
copies
come
of
close,
for the suspect.
but he got between the cars. I couldn't hit him fast enough.
Officer McCracken quickly pushed that description out over the radio.
Blue jacket with white stripes on the front, possibly a Glock 19. Last seen running away from the Home Depot, more north towards people.
Villeneuve then added something that changed the direction of the search. He believed the suspect was not alone.
Someone picked him up. The Cadillac picked him up.
What's the vehicle?
A black Cadillac SRX.
A black Cadillac SRX is what witnesses tell me.
He had even tried to hit him with his truck, but the suspect moved too quickly.
I knew I should have hit the car.
It's none of this is your fault. None of this is your
Should've
fault.
hit the car.
Was he saying anything or doing anything?
No, he was hauling. He heard me screaming tires behind him, and he just kicked on behind.
He was almost certain he got into the Cadillac, but he wasn't 100% sure.
Almost had it. Almost had it. How far away is he? Right there. And then, see that tree right there? Yeah. He disappeared. A black Cadillac SRX pulled in front of me. They pulled out of the parking lot at the same time the shots were fired, and he disappeared. He could not have got around that fence fast enough. He got in that car. That's the only place he could have gone. Either that or he ditched under the car real quick and I turned back around and checked. I'm guessing he's left-handed. I was more focused on running his ass over and looking at his face.
Once the store was finally cleared, investigators were able to slow down and start identifying everyone involved. That's when they learned the victim was not a customer.
It almost looked like some kind of inventory crew. I was going to say, somebody out there said that they know.
That somebody is Jeremiah Womack. He saw it all. He saw the shooting unfold and watched his coworker collapse in the aisle.
It's a female. See, from my point of view, it's a female. One of my coworkers, she caught.
Okay.
I'm on aisle 1. They're like on this way behind me. I heard a voice that I don't recognize. I thought he was cussing, but I heard him looking down there because she'd been down counting. He said, "You think I'm playing with you?" or something like that. Like he made a comment, say, "You think I'm playing with you, or you think I'm talking?" He made that type of comment. Unloaded, and he just started shooting. That's it. So it's like, to me, you gotta like.
So the victim is an employee.
Yes, one of our employees. The victim is one of our employees.
Okay.
Man, he's a mystery man. We try to figure out if there's somebody that she knows, something like it's like he targeted her.
Did you like in their conversation? Did it sound like they knew each other?
No, it was happening so quick.
And it was just over something she said to him.
I don't even think she said something. Like we talked to each other, so it's not like they gotta know each other from outside of work, or he just thought she was talking to him or something like that. Because I know when I turned around, I heard him. It would make me turn around. His voice, he's like, "You think I'm playing with you?" Like in a threatening tone. And when I turned around, all I see him just and he shot like 7, 8 rounds, and he ran that thing.
Okay, what is her name?
That's why I was trying to get the female. She know her personally. I can bring her.
Yep.
In came the victim's supervisor, Sheila Aggie.
Okay, what is the victim's name?
Brooklyn.
Her name is. Oh, okay. I thought that was your name.
No,
Brooklyn.
I'm sorry.
Taylor.
Yes, Brooklyn.
Brooklyn Taylor.
My name is Sheila. I'm sorry.
Did you hear or see anything?
No, I was in.
Okay, and so you.
I heard gunshots, and I just.
Okay. And how far away were you from this? To be, you must have been close because you heard him.
Yeah.
And you heard him say, "You think I'm playing with you?" And then next thing you know, like 7 gunshots.
I just heard the power.
Do you know her at all? Do you know if she has?
I know.
Does she have a baby daddy?
Yeah, my son is her baby daddy.
Your son is her child. Have they been having issues?
No.
Okay, what's your son's name?
Keith.
The victim was identified as 19-year-old Brooklyn Taylor Sims. She shared a child with Keith Aggie. That's Sheila Aggie's son. Officers handed both Sheila and Jeremiah witness statement forms and began collecting the first detailed accounts of what happened inside aisle 52.
Okay, hon. Do me a favor. Just if you can write everything you told me, okay? What you heard, what you saw. Fill it out as best as you can. Okay, I'll put your DL and all that, whatever. Just I need your name, social, date of birth, current address, and all of that on here, okay? Oh, EMS! Get EMS! Somebody, EMS! Come here. Hey. All right. Okay. All right, now! Someone get somebody now! Hey, breathe. It's okay. We're getting EMS, honey. Okay. Her son has a child with her victim.
With the suspect gone, the search focused on his vehicle.
It's going to be not a Cadillac, it's going to be a silver Malibu. And he's sending a picture of it.
The suspect was seen on the CCTV, running through the parking lot and getting into a silver 4-door sedan before speeding east toward Duval Street. And while officers were still processing that lead, another call came in, and this call caught Officer Meeks completely off guard.
Huh? Who is?
The suspect wanted to turn himself in.
Who what? Suspect. Not yet, we're about to go. Someone said the city's on the phone with a suspect.
Yeah, apparently maybe at
AMC,
Movie theater?
Bayou right here?
Yeah.
Law enforcement units arrived at Bayou Plaza, where the suspect was taken into custody without incident. He was shirtless, making it clear he was not carrying a weapon.
He was standing right by that stuff, so I'm assuming that's going to be his phone. Okay. He heard over the radio, someone asked where the car was. Yeah. We never asked him, but he said, it's in a doctor's parking lot. He said he's not from here, but it's close to a hotel. Okay.
His silver Nissan was located nearby in the same parking lot. Also, on the ground, they found his cell phone. Then, another officer handed over the suspect's identity to Officer Meeks.
Sorry for my handwriting.
Yeah, the Ron McDonald house. Keith, what? There's a
Keith Agee.
I don't know.
Agee.
Okay.
You heard that right. That's Keith Eric Aggie. Brooklyn's child's father and the son of Sheila Aggie. They found no weapon on him. Keith Aggie was dripping wet. He told the cops he drove here and wandered into the woods near a creek and eventually decided to call 911.
What body of water did you go through? Was it that way or was it that way? It was that way? Okay. And that's closer to where the car's at? Yeah. Okay, all right.
On that call, Keith told the dispatcher he wanted to turn himself in because, in his words, he had made a mistake.
Just breathe straight out. Let's move all this stuff into my trunk.
Keith was transported to the Escambia County Sheriff's Office for questioning.
Can you be real with me?
Absolutely, go ahead.
Is she still alive?
No, she's dead.
Thank you for the honesty.
Sure.
I don't feel I don't deserve a chance. I don't deserve being talked to.
Everybody deserves that.
By all accounts, he appeared to be in shock. Investigators also began learning about his ongoing anger issues.
Everybody calls me crazy. Then now, like now, I want him to die. I want to kill myself.
Which is understandable because your adrenaline is maxed out at about 20 right now. Okay. And your body's going to start to slow down. Okay. You probably play football, right? Some kind of sport.
I'm past all. I don't know. I'm past all of it. Last time I felt like this.
Keith and Brooklyn had been in an on and off relationship for the past 4 years and shared a daughter together.
And the two other times that you broke her phone?
Alonzo.
One.
Oh yeah, that was 3.5 years ago.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, what I'm getting at it was because she was cheating.
Yeah, she was cheating. She was lying.
He also said Brooklyn had previously taken out a protective order against him, though they still remained in contact so he could see their daughter.
The judge just said a restraining order. He said, and I know y'all have a child, so I'm going to leave that up to y'all. But I don't know how, and guidelines is leave that up to y'all as y'all come to an agreement.
Yeah,
but knowing her, if she doesn't like the agreement, something goes side.
Right, it's going to be her way or not.
It's going to be her way or no way. Which, that's not.
The victim, according to Keith, about 2 weeks earlier, the two had spent the weekend together at his residence. He described the weekend as pleasant, and everything was great. He then walked investigators through the start of that day. He had begun his morning at work at Calvert Steel in Alabama. While at work, he received a call from a local medical office.
This past week, was the day after I dropped her off, I saw her being suspicious. So they called me back today, told me I was gonorrhea.
Keith tested positive for an STD.
If she gave me the STD, which I knew she did, just wanted her to tell me. Just tell me so I can keep it in, so I can calm down.
You told me that crap over the phone?
Yeah. It was a whole week.
They couldn't even bring you in the office to tell you that?
What?
That she had gonorrhea, they just...
The doctor's office called me.
Brandon.
According to Keith, what set him off was not simply the diagnosis, but the fact that Brooklyn blamed him for it.
I don't care if she texts me or not. If Brooklyn has somebody else, I don't care about that. I'm not mad about that. But she knew she gave me something, and she wouldn't talk to me or own up to it. At least don't block me when I ask you, like, hey, I'm being real with you. If you gave me something, just let me know. Well, before me and her hooked up, it wasn't.
And with the other person that you've had, you never had these signs and symptoms with her?
No. The day after, like the day I dropped her off, when she called me and said I'd call you later, that's when I started experiencing the symptoms. And I stayed up till 7 at night. And because she texted me at 7:30, so I texted when I get to the hotel in the morning. I just texted her, I was like, hey, look, I try to stay up, I'm like, I'm finna take a nap, go to sleep, and all that stuff like that. Which by then I didn't go get the test at Monday because I felt a little tingling. It wasn't burning, but it was tingling, so I thought something was off. I thought, because I've had a UTI for the first time 6 months ago, so I thought it was a UTI again.
Gotcha.
Doc, thanks for the
and
jewels.
then when I saw the discharge come
Rock,
out, yellow
thanks for
stuff,
the
I was like, oh,
jewels.
this ain't no UTI. I didn't have this last time.
And what was she telling you? Was she blaming it on you?
And she played to my mama like I just wanted to talk to her.
Appreciate you.
I told my mama multiple times, I don't care if we talk, that's okay. I just want to know if she gave me something.
He insisted he was not someone who cheated, though he admitted that during a breakup about a month and a half earlier, he had briefly dated another woman.
So does she even know that you were diagnosed and had a positive test for STD?
I told her like I had something. I was like, be real with me. I was like, did you give it to me? Like, well, it's probably one of your bitches. I was like,
Once he got the results, something inside him changed, and his anger escalated.
So is that what upset you more, was the STD, or that she was stepping out on you?
yeah, STD. I don't. Brooklyn could live a life. Well, I didn't have no problem with Brooklyn. With Brooklyn being with somebody else. I had a problem with the STD.
By his own account, it reached a point where he could no longer control himself, something investigators noted was compounded by his mental health struggles. Keith said he left work, drove home, and retrieved a 9mm handgun. From there, he got on the road and headed toward the Home Depot in Pensacola.
What were you thinking about when you started driving down here? I was mad. Cried a little bit. Stopped the car. Just gonna turn around.
At one point, he pulled over on the interstate in Loxley, Alabama, and stopped to think about whether he should keep going.
Did I call her? You didn't let her know?
I didn't know. I didn't want to. I didn't want to hurt her.
But he chose to continue. When he arrived at Home Depot, he parked and walked inside. He knew exactly where Brooklyn would be working because his mother worked there too. He went straight to aisle 52 to speak with her, but according to his statement, Brooklyn turned her back on him.
So she just turned her back on you? She had said something like, "Oh, no, this shit," and turned around.
Which all that does is make you feel, once again, not hurt, right? Because that's all you're looking for.
To him, that moment became the breaking point. He had driven all the way from Alabama to confront her, and in his mind, she dismissed him.
Or at least, hey, can we go outside and talk about this or something? Just some kind of acknowledgement.
Man, he just gave up premeditated murder.
Keep what you doing?
I mean,
SPT outside for a minute. Sure. Because I asked her multiple times for like even week before too. I ain't gonna speak to you for a second. I always ask someone just, hey, can we talk? Can we speak for a second? Do you mind talking to me?
Because you're a generally respectful guy. Until she blew you off.
damn. Until she blew you off.
Then, according to Keith, one of Brooklyn's co-workers laughed at him. That was when he pulled the handgun and fired multiple rounds, killing Brooklyn and injuring 2 others, before running back out of the store and fleeing in his vehicle. He later threw the gun from the window as he drove away.
And I know that in the back of your mind, you're thinking about, I hope some kid doesn't find the gun. We found it, okay? So we have it.
Thank you.
Deputies eventually recovered the firearm near the Mako on Davis Highway. After that, Keith drove to a movie theater parking lot and wandered through the nearby woods.
So you just parked the car and got out of it, and that's when you called?
I walked the car. I walked the road for a while. Cried. Contemplated. Was angry with myself again. I sat down, and I just, it's like I was back again. I was like, you gotta call him. You gotta call him. Because it's not you. I was like, that's not you. You're not the type of person they're gonna catch running down the street. They gotta halt down and knock off the car and tackle it. I was like, that's not me. It's like, I can't.
At some point, the adrenaline wore off, and he made the decision to call 911 and surrender.
So did you use your phone when you called 911? Yeah. Okay. Was it still on you, or did you throw that out as well?
It was in the parking lot. One of them picked it up.
Okay.
During questioning, Keith made one request. He asked detectives to let his grandmother know that he was okay.
Hello?
Hello, Ms. Rivers?
Yes, dear.
Yes, ma'am. This is Investigator Martinez. The reason I'm calling is because I'm just calling to let you, it's a courtesy call to let you know that Keith is okay.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that to the highest.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Is there anything that you want to tell Keith right now?
I don't even know what to say to him, you know?
Okay. Well, he's listening.
Oh, Keith?
Yeah.
Look, yeah, I love you, son. I don't know what happened, but I love you. And, hey, I'll be hearing from you, seeing you or something.
How you feel?
All right, Ms. Rivers. I'll stay in contact with you. I'll send you that information.
All right, so I sure appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am. No doubt, right?
Man, you gotta know it to know what you
Hey?
You gotta know to know what you get.
Investigators also tried reaching Sheila Aggie so she could speak with him, but she never answered. By that point, the case had already taken a devastating turn. Why would she talk to a killer?
So I know why your mom didn't answer. She's in the hospital. Yeah, she got a little overwhelmed with everything that was going on, and she passed out. And when she did, she kind of conked her head a little bit. So she's okay, but that's why she's not answering. But what I'm going to tell you about that is that this whole thing caused her to pass out. That tells me that she cares a little more than you think.
With the interview winding down, it was time to move into the formal process: paperwork, charges, and booking.
Been on, Barrel? I know we signed it, but can you raise your right hand? You swear that what you told me today is the truth, to the best of your knowledge?
To the best of my knowledge, yes, sir, is the truth.
Okay.
The investigators left Keith alone for about an hour. When they came back to check on him, Keith said there was something else he needed to confess, something involving his mother Sheila.
Can I talk to you for a second? Yeah. For sure. I know y'all got my phone. Yeah. And stuff like that. I had to text my mama beforehand.
You text your mama what?
I had to text my mama beforehand.
Okay.
Okay. And ain't no sense in holding, feel me, y'all got my phone, y'all gotta open it, give it to me. I was lying when I said, I was like, you know what I do? I was like, I'll shoot somebody in front of the police and get away. I was talking shit, obviously, but I knew it didn't matter then. But still, it's like the only thing, all this shit's coming back to me at once. And
that was today you text her that? Gotcha.
Cause I was just telling her, like, I just want to die. I was like, but she's like, I'm going to jail. I was like, jail, hell. She's like, I want the police to kill. Like I told her, I was like, I just want the police to kill.
Well, I'm so glad you didn't make that decision.
Then, according to Keith, one of Brooklyn's co-workers laughed at him. That was when he pulled the handgun and fired multiple rounds, killing Brooklyn. Keith Aggie was booked into the Escambia County Jail and held without bond, pending his first appearance in circuit court. 3 days later, detectives pulled data from Keith Aggie's phone. What they found changed the direction of the case. Among the recovered data were deleted text messages between Keith and his mother. Because of what those messages suggested, investigators traveled from Florida to Alabama to interview Sheila in person.
The reason why we're here, we want to talk to you is about what happened on Friday.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I know the deputies that arrived on scene tried talking to you, and once, like I said, I think you had a medical emergency, and then they ended up having to transport you over to the hospital. Is that correct? You didn't go to the hospital? Okay. That was my misunderstanding. I thought
You were checked out by an ambulance.
Yeah, I think, and they just checked my blood pressure and pricked my finger.
I got you. Okay.
When they sat down with her, investigators got straight to the point. Did she have prior knowledge of what Keith intended to do?
Did you know that he left his job that day?
I didn't know until afterwards.
Okay. Would it surprise you to find out that the text messages on Keith's phone weren't deleted?
What?
Between you and him that day?
Between me and him? I mean, no, it's surprising.
It would surprise you.
What?
Would it surprise you that I have 32 pages of y'all's text messages?
No, that doesn't surprise me.
Okay. Do you want me to read some of those?
I think you can. I mean, you can. If you want to, sir.
According to the timeline, it all started with a phone call at 10:35 that morning.
So at 10:35 a.m. on Friday, this phone call was received from the Greater Mobile Urgent Care Clinic. So they called Keith to let him know that his test results came back positive for an STD. You remember that?
What? I don't remember him getting the phone call. No, sir. I don't.
Well, he got the phone
I understand that.
call.
Yes, sir.
Sheila claimed that some of the messages had actually been sent by Brooklyn using her phone, not by her. But as investigators reviewed the full thread, a much different picture began to emerge. Rather than calming Keith down, the messages showed Sheila feeding the situation instead of stopping it. As investigators continued piecing it together, they came to believe Sheila had done more than encourage him. The messages suggested she had actively helped him locate Brooklyn. A short time later, Keith again asked for Brooklyn's exact location. Roughly an hour and a half before the shooting, Sheila sent him Brooklyn's current location inside the store. In the end, investigators concluded that Sheila Aggie had not only known what was coming, but had helped make it possible. She was arrested and charged as a principal to the first-degree murder of Brooklyn Taylor Sims. Days before the murder, Brooklyn had sent Sheila a photo from a doctor's appointment dated August 5th. The message made it clear Brooklyn did not have an STD. That meant Keith's rage could have been stopped days earlier. Instead, it wasn't. Brooklyn Taylor Sims was only 19 years old. She went to work that day and never made it home to her child. Both Keith Aggie and Sheila Aggie were ultimately convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. What makes this case hit so hard is that it was not unavoidable. There were several moments where this could have stopped. Keith Aggie was booked into the Escambia.
Man, that was a good last one, man. All right, while I got all y'all in here and y'all ain't left yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell for notifications so y'all can be alerted each and every time I go live. This is the 5th case for the night. We get down like that. I'm Jay Lava. I scour the internet so that you don't have to. I appreciate y'all stopping through. Shout out to all the people that dropped some jewels and dropped some super chats. Shout out to all my crazy mods that be riding with me on these late night excursions. Shout out to everybody that just became members this month. I really appreciate the support. And as always, I will continue to give y'all nonstop late night crime drama. I'm Jay Lava. I ain't gonna hold you, but I'm a moja foja and scold you about being on code. You know I got 4 words for you. Go ahead and subscribe for the vibes, like for the spike, comment your vomit, share if you care about getting Black empowerment everywhere. Please do that on the platforms that we are on, Jones. And just to bring it on home, I got Love, peace, blessings, and aloha. I'm out the Doha for Shoha. You already know. You good, D.